afternoon, everybody. This is your host, Lord Rick of AngelOfThyNight Radio, and we're hosting a very special episode today. As you guys know, I coach men's basketball. I have for many years. I've been running basketball teams, I don't even know how long, because back then we didn't really film our games. My son would film short clips and nobody's even seen those. But I joined a basketball team, got really injured, and I was out for like 2 years with ankle issues because I tore 3 tendons in my ankle. And plus I have a deteriorating knee and need a knee replacement. So those two things have always been kind of an obstacle the last 5 or 6 years for me. But luckily I continued to play even through the pandemic. We still found a way to make it work. And we won a championship a couple years ago. We won a championship because we had a good team. But we also had a very disciplined team. And for the most part, people stayed in their positions. They stayed in their lane. When the coach spoke, people listened. They trust the coach. And you should always trust your coach. Your coach knows what he's doing. Just because I'm not as athletic as some of the other guys that are playing basketball out there doesn't mean I don't know my shit. Because it's about wisdom. It's what's up here. It's not about the physical being. And even for a guy my age, I still am very physically competitive. You guys see the videos, you guys watch our basketball, and you see me. I'm one of the faster players out there. I'm very aggressive. I'm very physical. I'm willing to dive on the court to save a ball from going out. And it's like, I've had multiple people tell me, everybody knows that my team recently walked off. And it's no sweat off my balls because you're going to lose players. But when people try to steal players or people walk off because they're being crybabies or they're chicken shit or whatever, there's just no excuse for that. I've always imagined having a team that was about brotherhood, about friendship and brotherhood, and I always try to reach out and be friends with everyone. Add them on Facebook, try to give them a chance to get to know me and talk to them. But what do you do when somebody doesn't want to be your friend or get to know you or doesn't want to add you on Facebook or, you know what I'm saying. There's nothing you can do, and I've tried over the years to create a healthy environment for basketball players, but I'm also not going to become someone's doormat. And, a couple weeks ago, we ended our summer season August 20th. You guys know this. That was the end of the summer season. Fall season started August 27th. We didn't really get a whole lot of breaks in between. We went from playing one season to another season, and usually we get a break where you get maybe 2 weeks where you can kind of recruit some guys, bring some guys into the fold. Well, about a few days before we were starting our fall season, we had 5-6 guys all walk off at the same time, and I'm like, this sounds very weird, just very strange. And I was cordial about it. You don't want to play, but don't lie to my face. And we had a bunch of guys that were on our basketball team, and they all walked off at the same time. And then I looked at my roster, I only had like a couple people on my roster. And when you start a new season at the Swift Sports Dome here in Reno, Nevada, what happens is your roster just carries over to a new season. I can remove people, I can put people on reserves, but the thing is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. And you can't make people play. And I always tell people, you're not playing for me. You may not like that I'm gothic and my nails are black, or that I'm the coach, or that I'm almost 50 years old running around shooting basketballs. And you may not like those things. There may be a lot of things you don't like about me, but you don't play for me. I just handle the finances on the team and make sure that there is a team and do recruitment and get new guys on and continue to team build and come up with new plays and make sure that we're all communicating and in formation. These are important things to having a winning team. And, over my years, it's not so much football. I'm a football and a hockey player. A basketball is a side thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm good at basketball. When we were practicing at the MAC, I would play game after 10 games a week. And, most of those games, I would have most of the points. And a lot of times, I would verse my own guys and beat my own guys' asses. And there are a couple guys on my team I can still beat without even thinking twice about it. And they want to make it about this group of players that left want to make this about me, and it's really not about me. It's about what you can do for the team. You may not like me, but teams work through the hard, the good, the bad, the wins, the losses, but you're still a team. By the end of the night, you're a team, and if you're a team that loses, you lost together. If you're a team that wins, you win together. And when you're winning, everybody's happy and congratulating each other, but you lose a game, then they want to play the blame game, and they want to blame somebody, and it's like, really, as a coach, I could give a million reasons as to who I could blame and for what for. Because I obviously tape the games and then I watch them. I watch the reels before I put them up on YouTube. And I'm the one that edits our basketball documentaries. However, I have come across a whole new level of low in basketball. And maybe it's the culture. Because in basketball, a lot often, you get a lot of guys that are either whiny, or they're pissants, or they're overly sensitive, or, just because a guy thinks he goes outside and shoots a basketball with his friends, now he thinks he's ready to play in league. And some of them guys in league have played college, and have won first place, and have been on winning teams. And those guys are 10 times better than I could be, or any of my players can be. And my guys pretend like they're ready for this league. But the truth is, you're only ready for this league if you're willing to work together with everyone. You can't just select 3 or 4 of your friends and say, hey, I'm going to pass to you and you only. Fuck the coach. Fuck any of the other players. You can't have that kind of mentality. You can't have that kind of mentality where you shoot the ball 30 times, make it once, and you're boasting that you made it once. Or that kind of mentality where you go out and you play the game and you just rush to the net and you don't feed the ball to anybody. And you got 2 other guys under the net you can bounce past the ball to, and they can put it in. Instead, you just hit it off the backboard and just miss a good opportunity. So when you waste that much time off the clock missing and not passing, because shooting is an art, you have to expect to lose. And I feel we had a pretty good season during the summer. Our last 4 games were pretty close. We played the number 1 team and only lost by a couple points. So I felt like we finally found our jive, and then everybody just walks off my team. The Filipino Gestapo. Because as you guys know, I had a bunch of Filipino people on my team, and I'm not a racist guy. I love having friends of all races. Black, white, Mexican. I really don't fucking care. You know what I'm saying? I get burnt by white people more than any other race. But I'm telling you right now, I had communism going on my team. Commies is what I had. And you might as well compare the way we played basketball to communism, because I gave everything as a coach. Filming games, trying to talk to guys and be their friend, feeding them balls of baskets in front of the net, and they should have made those and they missed. Putting out updates, communicating, always giving input, always trying to make sure the guys played defensive formation. I would come home with bruises all over my body, because that's how hard I played every game defensive. And if you notice, if you watch the summer season, most teams we held to around 50 points. And I played the whole game, and I played the middle. And it's pretty tough to play the game that physical and play in the middle and still be running around at the end trying to defend your home court. But I gave my offense a chance, and my offense didn't produce, and they want to blame me for it. Because let's face it, they blamed me. It's always my fault. Blame the guy with Gothic. Blame the guy at the black nails. My appearance does not matter, because I will beat any of you motherfuckers on the court. I'll film it. We'll make a bet. I win, you have $50 out of my pocket. You win, you have to quit and never play at the Dome again. It's a fair bet. And I bet you people like Johnny Boy and Harold and especially Kyle aren't going to take me up on that offer. There's no way. That's how confident I can beat all your asses, because you guys just don't know what I'm capable of as a basketball player. When I go out there and play defense, that's what I'm doing, playing defense. You put me on offense as a center the whole game, I could play just as good as any of those other guys running to the hoop and scoring. In the spring season, when we first started at the Dome, I showed what I could do. I had back-to-back threes in multiple games. I had a couple runs right to the net and scored. By myself without passing. So I'm very capable of playing a good game of basketball. But I'm not going to perform for a bunch of fucking basketball clowns. And that's what was playing for me, a bunch of basketball clowns. You got to be a clown. This is a good basketball club. We have a fan base. We film our games. We have a website. We have cool jerseys. We always change our logo every couple years. We have dinners. We have group photos, team photos. We do so much for this team. So much. And it's really sad because a lot of times you bring on a player, and Marlon was a friend of mine, and Marlon kept bringing on guys on my team, all his Filipino friends. And what Marlon needs to realize is you're going to bring some people on that are not going to mesh well with the team. But a lot of times what happens is when you bring a group of people on, you become the minority. And I was the minority on my team, basically. And what I mean by minority is that, you know, they're all talking, they're all Filipino, talking in another language. For all they know, they could say, he's sucking my mama's dick. He's sucking my mama's dick. I wouldn't know what they were saying because I think it's rude. You're all talking in another language. You all stick together. You know, every man should be responsible for himself. You bring a friend on this team who fucks up and I kick him off the team, his friends, my friends, everybody should support the decision and say every man's responsible for himself. And if Rick removed that guy because he's not showing the games or he's not paying his fees or he's acting stupid on the court, so be it. But instead, people got to be a chicken shit, and you have people like Ryan. I'm going to run my own team. Now Ryan, we're going to go through each of the players because I'm here to make you guys laugh. I'm here to bring you guys some humor. But I'm also here to bring you truth. And this show is about where reality and comedy collide. And this is Angel of the Night Radio. We're live from the Silver State. But I'm here to make you guys laugh. But the truth is that Ryan was a free agent on my team. He didn't even have a team. He didn't even run a team. He didn't even have no players. Gave him a chance to play this season. We had some guys from the previous season, Marlon, a couple of Marlon's friends, and Marlon decided to bring more friends onto my team, and that's okay. As long as you promise me you're not going to quit if I don't agree with somebody and I end up removing them. And so Ryan decided at the end of the season, I'm going to manage my own team and go back to managing. You're not managing your team. You're trying to manage my team. That's why you walked off with all my players, because you basically manipulated the situation. The guys didn't agree with me kicking this kid, and I call him a kid because he looks like he should be 17 years old, named Kyle. Just this big fat Filipino kid. He can't play worth shit. He really can't. You know, if I throw up the ball 30 times, you don't think I'll make 15 of those? Come on, dude. Think about it. I got multiple reels of me making 8 to 10 three-pointers in a row on film. So, I mean, let the film speak for itself. But Ryan was a free agent, and Ryan, 2 days before we started our fall season, had no players. Then all of a sudden I go look on his team, and all my players are on his roster instead of mine. But anyways, Marlon brought like 4 or 5 Filipino friends on there, and, you know, they're all, I mean, obviously they're all acting yellow, these Filipino friends of his. I mean cowardly, pardon me. But they're being yellow and they're being cowardly. Because they all told me, oh, I'm not playing this season, I'll come back to the team sometime, blah, blah, blah. And then I find out that that's not true. That they're actually playing in a different division on a different, well, not a different night. They were going to be playing on Mondays, they switched them to Sundays. But they're playing in a completely different division. It's like, yo, you guys don't think I'm going to see you playing for this Ryan dude? And I mean, I'm telling you right now, Ryan was a free agent. Dude's like this fucking tall, looks like a skeleton. He's got short man's complex. So if our team starts to, if our team's tied, he's slamming his feet, bitching, got a huge fucking massive temper on her. It's temper on him, and you know, no wonder why when I said to him in the beginning that we're going to have this team long term and he's more than welcome to keep attending and playing, he gave me a weird look. Because he basically joined our team to scout for my players and basically say, well, Rick didn't win this season, so you should join my team, or just take advantage of the situation. But the truth is, what really happened is, Marlon decided to invite his friend Kyle. I don't even know if they're friends, other than they're acquaintances at the Dome. And Kyle comes out, and in the first game, the dude like shot it 20 times and only made a couple threes. And I'm like, I can't have that on my team. Because those are wasted opportunities. If you shoot it, Let's say you shoot it 3 and make 3 threes, and then you make 7 assists. Now you're really raking up points for the team. Doesn't see it that way. All the dude does is shoot it because he's one of these open basketball kind of guys where they have open gym and open basketball, and you play with a bunch of 12-year-olds and 20-year-olds, and you just throw the ball up as much because it's about who gets the most points. League's not like that. League's about who works together the most is the team that wins. Who has the most assists, who has the best passing. Yeah, it's like he shoots it a lot, he shoots it. Dude didn't shake my hand, dude didn't really even introduce himself. He just gets on my team, starts fucking playing. Dude doesn't pay his fees. Everybody knows when you're in a league, a sports league, everybody pays a membership fee. It doesn't matter if you show to 5 games, 4 games, 8 games. But this dude here came in the week 3, because you can only add people on up to week 3. And he's trying to say, I only played 3 games. It's like, dude, you came into week 3 and you played the first 3 games, you missed the 4th, and you missed the last, and you came out to the last. This dude tried to tell me, I got him on film. I got pictures of him in 4 of the 5 games he came out for. I got pictures of him. And he's trying to tell me, oh, I only played a few. Still, you got to pay your membership fees. I'll give you a discount. I'll prorate it for you, but you still got to pay your membership fees. And this dude's telling me, wash my car. I'll just give you $5. Like, dude, stop joking. Because honestly, I don't need your money. I make more in an hour than you make in a whole day or 2 days. So, fuck off, number 1. However, be responsible and be a grown man. Get out of your fucking diapers, Kyle. We know you're in your diapers scratching your ass like this on the court. I've seen it. We're going to call you Scratch Ass, Scratchy the fucking Clown. Because you are Scratchy the fucking Clown. But this fucking Kyle kid, I kicked off my team. And the reason why I kicked him off is because there was 2 close games, he blew them for us both. Because he decided he didn't want to sub. He decided to start demeaning his own friends. It's funny because Ryan took the 4 or 5 players, they're all Filipino, but he took them all. He took them all on his team, and it's like, well, now you got to deal with the headache of these guys showing late, these guys not showing the games, these guys not passing, which is just terrible basketball to begin with, and then you got to deal with Kyle's shit attitude when he sits there and he's swearing at people and putting other people down, and then you got Ryan going, we're losing, we'll do something about it, motherfucker. We can catch up. I ran basketball teams, we were down 20 points and caught up. It just takes fucking discipline and just focus. And you can't focus when people are being verbally and mentally abusive to one another. That's not brotherhood. That's not brotherhood at all. And, you know, I dealt with all season long. We had 11 on our roster and only 4 or 5 guys were showing. I dealt with it the whole season. You got Harold and Johnny showing a half hour late to games. We're already halfway through the game and I look over and he's on the bench. Like, dude, where the fuck did you come from? You think you could come before the game and shoot a little bit and get warmed up? Like, when are you getting practice? Oh, wait, you don't practice. You know, and then you got people like Kyle who just, you know, every time he gets the ball, he panics because, like, he's afraid of the other team and just throws sloppy threes. In the last game we versed the championship game, he was goofing around and turns around and throws the ball behind him. And that was a game feasibly we only lost by a couple points, and we could have won that if the dude wasn't fucking around. And it's funny because his friends didn't hear it, but I sit under the hoop, I hear things. Because my zone is under the hoop. I'm a taller, bigger dude. I play physical. I'm not afraid to get up in the plays. It's good to have somebody like me there. And I get boards and I get good passes up the court and things like that. So it's a good position for me. Then I can run up on the key, shoot a couple threes, make a few assists, and really have an impact on the game. But I'm sitting there and I'm watching Kyle bash his own friends, put the team down, put his friends down. And then I watched him hit a dude on the other team in the stomach. His fist was balled and he hit the dude in the stomach. It's straight up, man. He fucking punched the dude. And at the end of the game, I said, Kyle, it really is your fault we lost. Because as a coach, the one thing I cannot tolerate, I don't care who the player is, don't walk away from me. If I walk up to you and I want to have a cordial conversation with you, give me at least that. And I tried to, in the last game, because I gave Kyle multiple chances to pay, to be a part of the team with his friends, all that kind of stuff. And, like a baby, I kicked him off the team and all his friends walked. Which is life. You want to foul your friend, you'll be walking in your friend's shadow the rest of your life, even on the basketball court. You will never be a better player because you'll walk in his shadow. Because it'll always be about his ego and him shooting the ball. And if you decide to take it like that a few times, he's going to bitch you out. Because it's all about him being the star. Just like Ryan. Ryan's always about, I got to be the top scorer. I got to run to the hoop. I got to get the most points. And when it doesn't happen for him, he gets frustrated and he starts yelling at everybody and getting a temper with everybody on the court. Yet he wants to manage his own team and take the troublesome players with him that were on my team. Go for it, dude. You guys can all argue with each other. I don't care. Because now it allows me room because I brought a bunch of guys that some of them have played college, are really good ballers, or bigger dudes, or stronger dudes. They understand the concept of formation and passing. And a lot of the guys that were on my team that left, they didn't understand formation. They're like, I don't get it. We don't play man-to-man in league. Because you will be chasing around 20-year-olds all day long, and all they'll do is pass it to somebody else who's fast. And if you get a guy who's terrible at man-to-man and can't keep up with his man, there'll always be an open guy. That's why we play the zone. Because at least in that zone, it makes it harder for somebody on the other team to kind of get past us, because we can actually box them out a little bit. It's common sense. It really is common sense. But, some guys have egos bigger than their head, and Ryan has a huge ego. It's got to be all about him. But, dude, you go to the net 50 times and only make fucking, like a third of those, dude. And just because you manage your own team, hey, I'm all for managing your own team. But leave my players off your fucking roster. Because that just makes you look like you didn't have no players. And that you were desperate and you basically scouted for mine, which is just rude. Which is rude considering a few of them had played a couple seasons with me. And the first season at the Dome was pretty good. It's a pretty good season. We won some games. We did well. But the second season, we were on a losing streak for a few games because we had some new guys and we had a lot of shortages. And the last 4 games, we got our groove as a team, and these guys just walk up and quit. And it's not even that they quit. You want to quit, quit. But to lie to my face, I'm not playing this season, maybe next season. To lie to my face and think that I'm not going to see you in the same facility when the courts are all right next to each other is just fucking, it's retarded, man. Pardon the word, but it's retarded. It doesn't matter how you look at it. I mean, would you think I wouldn't see you? And I'm going to give you an idea of how paranoid these guys are. They went in and blocked my Facebook. They blocked my Facebook account, even though they weren't on my friends list, because I got other Facebooks, and so I could just look under. I could just look under Tammy's. I can look under my friends. I can look and see if you blocked me, and that's how paranoid and how much they were trying to avoid me. Don't you guys find it strange that someone joins your team and they go join your free agents team? He forms a team last minute, has no players, and they go play on his team, and they sit there and they lie to you. They block you on Facebook. All these things to make sure to avoid, because they post videos, so they didn't want me seeing videos of them playing for Ryan. That's basically what it comes down to. So if you have to lie and you have to cover up things, you're being a sneaky bastard. You are. You're being a sneaky bastard. And I don't have anything to say to those guys. It's like, you guys will never be able to join my team if Ryan throws a huge fit, because eventually Ryan will get sick of people not paying their dues, and Kyle's shooting the ball 20 times, and nobody feeding him the ball. See, that's a difference. I used to feed Ryan the ball. But I also used to feed every other player the ball, and they'd miss the fucking hoop. So then when I started taking charge, being like, screw this shit, I can hit 3-4 threes in a row. Oh no, I would get bitched at in front of the other team. Why don't you pass it to me? I don't know, dude. Because you can't shoot short shit. Because you're a ball hog. Because you're an asshat on the court. Because you don't want to be my friend. Because you're talking in another language. Because you're acting like the Filipino Gestapo. Well, this is the Lord Rick Gestapo. Angel of the Night Radio, and we're live here in the Silver City. where truth and comedy collide. But being a coach is never an easy thing. I mean, honestly, I've been coaching for many years in my life, and it's a hard thing to deal with because you always got to deal with other people's drama. You always get guys who think they know it all, but I've had guys come on the court being a know-it-all. I said, fine, show me what you got, and they miss every shot. They don't stop 2-on-1s. They don't stop guys under the hoop. I've seen it. I seen it all last season. I had a bunch of guys bragging and boasting, and not one of them was really doing a whole lot for the team. The reason why we won the one game in the playoffs is because everybody played together as a team. However, I never even seen the ball for a shot. I got assists, but I didn't get no baskets because I didn't shoot it. Because it's a gentleman's game. And only the top talented gentlemen are able to really play at a high caliber. And then the other half are just thugs. And that's basically it. You know, you bring this thug on my team who talks like a thug, acts like a thug, but still lives in his mom's fucking basement. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's you, Kyle. You still scratch your ass and live in your mom's basement. I will verse you any day of the week, 1-on-1, dude, up to 11. I'll win you once, I'll win you twice, I'll win you 5 times. I really don't fucking care, dude. Don't ever say I can't play basketball. Because there's hundreds of guys I've beaten in the last couple years. And anybody could go back on and see my practices and me shooting, and they could even see in some of our practice games at the MAC. Sometimes we play up to 11 points, and I got all 11, even in a 4-on-4 game. So I'd be careful, dude. I'd be careful, because that's me. Because most of the time, I'm just out there being fucking lazy, sitting back, watching everything as a coach. Don't think I can't step it up as a player at any time in a snap. And that's with me having multiple knee operations and knee procedures, and bone spurs in my neck, and chondromalacia in both my knees, and torn 3 tendons which will never fully heal in my ankle. They're strengthened, but they're not healed. My ankle can still give out. And spinal issues, and fibromyalgia, and chronic pain. And this whole side is nerve damage because of my neck. There's bone spurs cutting into the nerves, so it's like having a stroke on my left side. But those guys don't want to take any responsibility. They didn't do nothing wrong. It's all Rick, right? It's all Lord Rick. It's all Lord Rick's fault. And it's like, what input did you guys give? Did you guys give me any plays we could run? There's a play I posted on YouTube. It's like 20 seconds long, and I posted it by itself. It's a play I designed. And it's a play only my players know how to do, really. And we did it. We did it earlier this season against a good team. My buddy ran it with me. And it works. And basically I come up the center and I loop around and I come back up along the side. And while my guy's on the key, he passes me the ball and I just backwards feed it to my guy. And then my guy runs it to the net, which opens up a lane. And it worked. It worked. But I don't see any guy that walked off my team design a single play. Like, big deal, you put a basketball in the hoop. You can watch any game and you can see people like Kyle, people like Harold, people like John scared of the guys on other teams. Well, I'd be scared too. I mean, if I was a Filipino guy, 4'9", and there's guys on teams almost 7 foot tall, I would be scared too. Because that's basically it, man. I had a team full of short, cowardly little shits. Chicken shits. And that's what you guys are. Because I know you watch this and you guys are fucking chicken shits for what you did. Because you tried to fucking walk off my team. You didn't care that I paid $700 and paid your fees. You didn't give a shit about that. You walked off my team and you go join some free agents team. Why? Because he scores more than you guys, so that makes him a better coach. That makes him a what? A better team leader? Because honestly, a good coach has principles. They have rules. They're not going to allow their players to be punching the other team and getting stupid fouls. A good coach gives guidance to his players, and because I get guidance, they don't want to hear it. Oh no, they walk away from me. But if you have to lie to my face, you must be doing something wrong and you must be guilty. Because you all lied to my face. And that includes, you know, I mean, Ryan was pretty honest about managing his own team, but didn't mention he was going to invite all my other players to his team. And, you know, you got Marlon, who I've known for years, and you got Kyle, who just sucks. I don't care, man. He plays like teenagers do at the Mac Center. Just throwing it up over and over and over. And yeah, you might make a few. Now, any guy could throw up a few and make a few. But if you throw up 20 and you only make a few, you're really not that great of a player. You're just wasting plays. You're just burning the clock and not giving us a chance to keep up or come back on the other team. And then, of course, you know, we have Harold and we have Johnny. That's 5 of them right there. Harold, Johnny, you know, and there was another guy that got ejected. He didn't play for me, but he was a friend of Marlon's, and he ended up punching some dude in the face. Or jabbing him or whatever. And that's what I'm saying. Marlon has to expect, if you're going to invite all these people you know at the Dome, maybe you should do your homework and make sure that they check out okay. Just because they speak your language and your lingo doesn't mean that they're great players, because they may join my team and disrespect the team. And when somebody sits there and they join my team and tell me I can't pass the ball in, and they're arguing with me in front of the other team, and they're punching dudes in the stomach and throwing the ball up 20 times and not paying their fees, oh yeah, Kyle, just stay on my team. The man that's not afraid to say anything, the coach that doesn't say anything, is a coach that doesn't care about his team. Because you want better players. You want players that are disciplined. You want players that are respectful and pay their fees. You want players that join up and work together with everyone, not just their Filipino friends. And for that, maybe I'm guilty for it. For that, I'm guilty for it. Because I don't care what anybody says. I've always said after every game, good game, guys. Here's what we need to work on in the next game. I've always been an honest coach because I'm a team of rules and principles and organization. And while Ryan's team doesn't have that, basically all in the last game, it's the same thing. He took all them guys, it's the same style. Ryan runs to the net, while Harold's all, and other guys aren't getting the ball. At least on my team, guys got the ball. I remember once, Johnny is Harold's sidekick. I mean, basically that's it. Like, this is somebody who doesn't obviously have a car or drive. Maybe they ride their bicycle with their basket to work. You know, the basket in the front? Who knows? Since they want to act like a sissy and all that, probably riding a girl's bike to work. But always riding in with Harold, and Harold's always late. Like, dude, have you ever heard of leaving a little earlier? Why can't you leave a half hour early, 45 minutes earlier, so you can come shoot some basketballs? You won't. But the two whiners on my team were Harold and Johnny. Harold's like this tall and this fucking wide, and Harold's always bitching. Oh, you should pass to me, I was wide open. Dude, I see you, I play hockey, I can shoot, I can pass to you without even looking like this. I see you, I got good peripheral vision. But every guy, I have a rule, and every guy on my team needs to get the ball equally. Unless you're really open a lot. And the thing is that if you're constantly losing the ball every game, and your dribbling sucks, and there was a time I remember when I was standing under the opponent's net like this and Harold wouldn't give me the ball. I was wide open. There was nobody covering me and he just didn't pass. But he wants to complain to me that I didn't pass to him for a 3-point shot. Like, dude, you're standing at the 3-point circle. I fed the ball to somebody who was under the hoop. They have a better chance of getting the basket than you. Honestly, your shooting's not that great. You didn't come warm up. You showed late. That's my problem? Oh no, Rick's coaching us. We must quit. I mean, that's basically the mentality, and you guys should be ashamed. I don't even want to say, God, I don't want to treat you out. You motherfuckers should be ashamed of yourself for me trying to coach you and help better your game, because I wanted you guys to win first place, and I know what it takes to win, and you guys don't want to hear it. You just want to do your own thing. But Johnny and Harold, the two whiners on the team, I made a three-pointer, and I made a three-pointer and Johnny's arguing with me like, dude, what are you complaining about? As long as one of us got the points, I'm wide open. Why would I pass to you? I'm wide open at the point. Now I can't shoot the ball? I should be able to shoot it. Since every season somebody owes me $100-something, I am $400 in debt from players who have not paid me. And then I get on the court and I got people like Harold and Johnny telling me how to play and what to do when those guys are late. Like, you don't get to fucking say anything. You're late to the game. You didn't come practice. You don't ever pass to me. I'm open all the time around the circle. And sometimes I make 2 out of 3 threes. Sometimes I make 4 out of 4 threes. So you're just being an idiot for asking me to pass to you. Like, dude, you didn't even have even if I gave you the ball, you don't have anywhere to go. Because you're not aggressive. You guys get in your face and right away you lose the ball. Because you're scared on the court. And it's evident. You can watch the film and see that most of those smaller guys on my team were fucking scared. Scared. I don't know if they were scared to get hurt. Scared because the guys were twice their height. I don't know. But let's get on to the comedy portion of the show. Because I almost didn't have a team and I had to muster up friends, make calls, all this kind of stuff. And I ended up getting a better team than I had during the spring or summer. I got a bunch of big guys on my team. I got a bunch of guys that can play. We lost by 2 points a week ago. We lost by 2 points. And that was a top-notch team, man. I mean, they were a good team. And we were ahead of them for a while, but at the end, we made a couple mistakes. We missed a breakaway shot. We had another player that fell down, and 2 players stole the ball and just ran it up and put it in. So we lost by 2 points. But it wasn't a hard loss. It could have been anybody's game. I just ran out of timeouts, so we couldn't muster any more plays. With a couple seconds left. But it's still a good game for our first game. It was close, and it was a good game. And I'm in a much harder division than Ryan and his goons are. Let's put it that way. We got 16 teams, and at least 8 of those are teams that score 80 points a game. And we faced a team that was like an 80-point scorer team a game. And we did well against them. None of us had really ever played in a game together. And we went out there and we kicked some ass. And we did it because those guys respected me. They listened to my plays, they listened to me on formation, and they put their name on the board and they stuck with that position. However, Harold, I'll be in the middle, I'll be like, I got the middle. And Harold's like stepping on my foot. Stepping on my foot! I'm like, dude, get the fuck off my foot. You're supposed to be playing the right. And then I look over to the right, and some dude shoots 3. And then again, Harold's stepping on my foot, and the dude's shooting another 3. I watched some dude score 30 points in threes because Harold was stepping on my foot and not playing the right position. If you're going to play zone and I put you in the right-hand corner, that's the corner you need to stop the guys from shooting threes, the corners. A lot of guys shoot great from the fucking corner in league. And you got Harold and I rubbing fucking bellies, which should never fucking happen. So, Ryan, I want to thank you. You're an upstanding guy. I want to thank you for taking all the problematic people, all the shitty ballers you took off my team. All the people who are whining, complaining, bashing others, putting others down, talking in another fucking language, Tagalog or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't even fucking know. I don't even want to know because they're probably sitting there saying, your mother sucks dicks in hell. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, you don't know what the fuck they're saying. But thank you, Ryan. You did me a favor because I didn't have to get rid of anybody off the team. You did it for me. So like I say, basketball clowns. Only a clown would complain about a losing season and then take the players that helped us lose. Only a clown would do that. And you're a clown, Ryan. I'm sorry, but you are a fucking clown, dude. Straight up. And I hope to God that you guys decide that you want to play me. I hope to God that you guys decide you want to play my team. And that you decide, I'm telling you, please go up the middle against me, please. Find out why I'm such a great defenseman. Find out why, and I'll actually try. How about that? Unlike the last season, there was times I didn't even try because I seen people acting like clowns. What's the point of busting my ass when nobody passes it? I just run the ball up and go straight to the hoop. Like, what the fuck is that? And then get the ball stolen. So sometimes people do you a favor. Sometimes you have to see things destroyed to be able to rise up from the ashes. And basically, you didn't destroy shit. You gave me an opportunity so I could invite some of my better basketball friends into this season. So I can invite some better players. So I could actually find some guys who know the word respect. Not guys who run just because they lose a few games during the season. Or run because their friend gets kicked off. I'm sorry, but this Kyle dude wasn't really personal friends with any of these guys. Do you know what the qualification was? I'm Filipino, he's Filipino. He's kicking this guy off, he's Filipino, well, I'm Filipino. That would be like saying you got 6 black guys on your team, and you kick one black guy off, and all the other black guys go with that black guy. That's basically how it looks. Because I've known Marlon for years. And if that dude had a problem, he should have came to me silently. All them guys could have talked to me private after the last game. They could have said, Rick, this is how I feel, this is my opinion. Nothing. Because they're all fucking sheeple. Only sheeple go follow someone to another team when you already have jerseys and belong to a team. But, you know, it's kind of funny seeing the other team. They're just all in white t-shirts. Like, wow, guys, you're killing it. You know, it's just the biggest joke of all. And it's an insult to teams like mine who've been around and won a championship. It's not like Ryan's team's ever won a championship or those guys have ever won a championship. None of them have. We have players on my team at least that know what it's like to be first place. Multiple times. And now I added like 6 new guys, and some of those guys have played in college, and they're really good players. And so if those guys would have stuck around, I would have been adding those guys to the mix, and we'd even had a better team. But you cannot have a better team when one clown ruins it for everybody. And in this case, I had multiple basketball clowns. I did. And you're the brood end of my joke, man. You're the brood end of my joke because I'm the one hosting Angel of the Night Radio. You're not standing next to me. But you know how people are. People are sensitive. Some people are not used to playing sports. I play hockey, no room for sensitivity. I throw guys into boards, man. I broke a guy's leg years ago. Threw him into a board, man. He was fucking airborne. And I hit him hard into the boards. He had to be put on a stretcher and all, but the guy was mean to me, man. So you know what I'm saying? The guy was trying to trick me and play dirty. So I ended up giving him a nice little shove to the boards. I'm not afraid to play physical. And I'm not going to put up with anybody's bullshit. And this last season was a bunch of bullshit. We had a bunch of bullshit from multiple players. They didn't try to look at the whole picture like, hey, it's a lot to manage a team. Let's go easy on Rick. People owe money, we were late to games, we didn't show. Instead of giving me constructive criticism, look at yourselves, man. You're missing games, you're showing late to games, you're not coming to practice, you're only passing to your friends, your other friend doesn't pass at all, and then you go join some free agent, which you don't even know if the dude's ever managed or coached a team to begin with, who obviously has a bad temper, because I see him stomping his feet out there, and you don't ever see me doing that on the court, acting like a baby, stomping my feet, crying, whining, bitching at other dudes. But I do have a rule. If you want to fight with your teammates instead of your opponent on the other team, then you shouldn't be on this team. And we had guys fighting with me, mainly with me, in the middle of a game. And other teams were laughing at us because you have these teams that are tight-knit, brothers, sisters, because they have girls on other teams too, but brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, aunts, you know, brothers, sisters, friends, colleagues, work colleagues. But other teams are real tight. They don't fight with each other. They don't put each other down even when they're losing. And then you got my team, you got someone like Harold trying to argue because I didn't pass to him. It's like, dude, I gave you the ball 3 or 4 times in a row, and 3 times you lost it. So yeah, I'm passing to somebody else because maybe your game's a little off. As a coach, I have to make those decisions. I have to make the hard decisions. And people want to punish me and quit and put me down and all that shit. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. You don't know what it's like to have to fucking try to get 400 hours out of people who refuse to pay. And then you go out there and nobody gives you the fucking ball the whole game. And then it's like, if anybody should get the ball, it's me. I'm paying Kyle's fee. Why should he not sub? Who the fuck is he? What is he, walk on water? He's God? Please. How is that fair to his friends? His friends pay and he don't pay? His friends should say, you deserve to be kicked off the team if you didn't pay. His friends should say, you know what? I understand Rick's position. You know, my position is a dude hits someone in the stomach on the other team. I don't need my team carrying that bad kind of blood in the league. We don't need other teams thinking, oh, well, we're afraid of those guys. They might hit us in the face. They might punch us in the stomach. The Paranormal Ghost Society is a reputable organization. I've been on TV. I'm an author. I'm a talk show host. I got a TV show possibly coming up. I got a radio show. I sell merchandise. We do credible research. Why do we need some dick like fucking Kyle destroying the whole thing? Why? Why doesn't his friends understand the position he put them in? Or the position he put me in where I shouldn't have to get rid of somebody. People should know how to act like grown men on the basketball court. And we got a bunch of people acting like goddamn sissies. Sissy clowns. Like a bunch of fucking clowns, man. Because that's what I am. I'm not raising men, okay? And these guys are acting like boys. And I feel like I'm raising boys. Like I shouldn't have to tell you not to punch the other team. Or not, I shouldn't have to tell you you owe money. I shouldn't have to tell you to not show late. Or to not miss games. You know, John used to be respectful at the beginning. Then when he doesn't show to the games, he doesn't say nothing no more. Harold, same thing. All spring season. Harold, you're the most improved player. Harold, you're doing a good job. Harold, keep up the good work. Hi to Harold's wife. Tammy's taking the whole team's pictures. You know, it's like you guys stonewalled me. You guys acted like a bunch of yellow cowards. That you are. You acted like a bunch of cowards. And you stonewalled me. There's no hate here. Just truth. And anybody who knows me and knows about me running a team and has watched my videos through the years knows that I work really hard at this. And I'm not going to sit there and raise a bunch of clowns. I'm not going to deal with whining and fighting on the team and people calling each other names. Kyle's calling all his friends names and putting them down and the other team's laughing. So if anything, instead of his friends walking, his friends should have said, sorry Kyle, you deserve what you got. Because his friends should have realized that I'm defending you. I got your back. And you left my team for having your back. And now you don't get to come on my team. And when we win first place, you won't be part of it. You won't be part of this team. And because you burned your bridges with me. And sooner or later, there'll be clashes on Ryan's team too. Because that's not an organized team. That is a team. He took all the riffraff and brought it on his team. And sooner or later, people are going to be vying for the ball. They're going to get sick of Ryan always running to the net, taking it himself. They're going to get sick of Kyle shooting it 20 times and missing 19 of those. And then when there's close games by 2 points and they lose because Kyle shot it, missed 20 times, it really is going to be on Kyle or it's going to be on Ryan because he decided to run the ball a million times in the net and missed. It's like you are not Michael Jordan, dude. You are this fucking tall. Deal with it. God gave you what God gave you. If God made you 4 feet tall, then maybe you should get involved in some other sport like rugby or something, because obviously basketball is not the sport for you. So with that being said, I'm going to have a smoke. You guys know I like to smoke and host a show. I will always keep things 420 friendly, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not. But my friend Mike, he said, you know, you should host a show about this. And I wanted to host a show. I was waiting for things to cool down, waiting a couple weeks before I put out this episode and all that, but no holds bar anymore, man. No holds bar. I just don't care. You know, I got a brand new team. I got a bunch of new guys on my team that are talented basketball players. I mean, some of them guys are awesome under the hoop, awesome on defense. Why do I need a bunch of guys who can't even tell me to my face that they're no longer going to play for me? Tell me to my face that. Fucking come tell me to my face. Oh wait, you can't. Instead, you have to do it in front of all each other through a text list. Can't come to me private, can't come to me in person. And not only can't you not come to me, but you also lied about it. What's that make you but a coward? It doesn't make you a member of the Paranormal Ghost Society's Phantom Sports team. You're not a member. You're not even a player. Okay? Because you already drifted to another team. You are no longer a player. You can play for 2 teams. I don't have an issue with that. You can play in 2 different divisions. But be honest about it. Don't just quit my team to go play in someone else's division, and then you lie to my face, you block me on Facebook, you do all this stuff. You go all out of the way. All out of the way. So I don't see it and what? Kick your ass? Because trust me, I'm not going to get kicked out of the dome because I kicked your ass. You're not worth my time. Your 4 foot fucking 9 foot tall ass and 90-pound frame is not worth my time for beating your ass. It's not even worth it for fucking Kyle. Because all he knows how to do is run his dick sucker. He's one of these kids that just like, he'll make 20 shots and make one, and then he's just going on and on about it like he's some fucking fancy fucking player. Like, dude, you don't go to the net. All you do is you don't even make it back on defense. All you do is stand at the three-point circle, and as soon as a guy runs up to you, you shoot it. Why would you shoot a shot under pressure when you could just pass left or right and have them shoot the shot? Why would you do that? Oh, I know why. Because your ego's bigger than your head. Or your fat ass, right? I mean, seriously. 2 peas in a pod. The only reason why those guys left, it's me. And like my friends have said, you're not the problem. It's them that are the problem. And they know they're the problem, and that's why they're gone. Because if I was the problem, you'd stick it through and try to work on things and work on this team. And show leadership and lift one another. You don't want to lift the fans. You want to lift yourself. Because this team has standards and rules and you don't want to follow them. You want to be able to show to games when you want to show, be late to games when you want, not have to pass it during a game because, oh my God, why would you pass it when you could shoot it yourself? As if anybody gives a fuck about that. The only thing that matters by the end of the day during a game is the win. And it doesn't matter how it gets done, but it has to get done with the team itself and the team's talent. It can't just be one man's talent or two man's talent that wins games. Every time I've ever won a game, every one of our guys has either scored or our guys have had multiple assists, but everybody's worked together. And we struggled all season long, and it was just a couple guys trying to do it, and we fell short every game. Then all of a sudden, the last 10 minutes of the game, we would fall apart the last 5 minutes. And do you know why? Because every guy on our team wanted to be a hero. Every guy wanted to be a hero. Ryan wanted to be the one to save the day and run to the net 5 times and make it and have us win by, a point or 2? Well, if that was the case, then why was our team getting 10 fouls the last minute of the game? I mean, we were just getting tons of fouls. I know why, because some of the guys on my team were letting their emotions dictate the game. And it was all about ego. Ryan, for example, we had a game that was really close. I took all my guys on the bench and said, look, we only need 6 points to tie it. That's 2 3-pointers. I'm like, we have enough time to get off 2 shots. So, I said, Ryan's going to shoot a 3. He can make some. I'm going to shoot a 3. I can make some too. I'm pretty good under pressure making them. I really am. I said we're going to split it. So at the end of the game, guess what? Ryan shoots both 3-pointers. I never see the ball. And he misses both 3-pointers. Why those players are playing for him cannot see that it's like it's not me that's a problem. I gave you a game plan to stick with, and if you would have stuck with it, we probably would have at least tied the game. But it had to go down exactly how I said it was going to go down. You need to set him up for a good 3-pointer. Instead of you feed him the ball under pressure and he takes it, instead it gives it to me while I'm wide open at the 3-point circle. And in that game, I made 6 points. 2 3-pointers in a row. So, why wouldn't you give me the ball to finish it? I mean, I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? 2 out of 2 3-pointers is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's that kind of mentality. The guys only have themselves to blame and they want to leave because of me. It's I'm sorry, but, I'm going to get a little dampened and a little bit pissed off after a while when people cannot follow directions. You want a coach that brings you plays. You want a coach that brings you ideas. You want a coach that has a game plan. I come in there with the game plan. I come on there with ideas. I present those ideas. You walk away from me, and you don't even implement them. What don't you understand? We split the 3s between the 2 3-point shooters, me and Ryan. Ryan usually runs to the net, but Ryan can also make a couple 3s. I said, let him take one, I'll take one. Never even seen the ball. Both times. In that last minute, I was wide open at the 3-point circle. Nobody was covering me. And that was a game I made a couple in a row in. So that just tells you, Ryan, God bless you. You want to run your own fucking team? Go for it. Okay, you're just carrying all the riffraff over. Okay, now you stand out entirely because now they don't have someone to blame. They'll have to find someone new to blame. They'll blame Harold, they'll blame Johnny, they'll blame Kyle, they'll blame Ryan. But either way, it's just going to go in circles. And that's the type of team you're going to play on. Because nobody on that team ever listened to me. None of them guys that ever walked out never followed my game plan, never followed my position chart, never followed the zone defense, never listened to me. I had good ideas, I had good plays, just didn't want to do it. They just wanted to do what they wanted to do, and that's why you play for Ryan, because you want to do what you want to do, and Ryan will put up with shit, because he's a doormat. So you be the doormat, Ryan, because I'm not going to be. I have guys that owe me hundreds of dollars, and I'm just over it, man. It's unbelievable that when somebody owes me $300 and I'm not allowed to fucking pass the ball in, it's time to find a new team. It's time to find new players. Don't need those type of players on my team. I'm championship minded. I want to win first place again. And I can't do it with these guys. It's not even about them being 4'10" or 4'9" or that they're Filipino. That has nothing to frickin' do with it. It has to do with it. It's a mental thing. And their attitude is shit. Their attitude on the team is shit. They don't care about the team. They don't care about any of the other teammates. It's all about them and them only. That's why they walked off. And try to say, try to prove me wrong. But that's really what it comes down to. I have all the texts and all the positive things I've said, all the game plans I put out. I have all that shit saved. I'll just post that on social media on the page. And just say, see, I was coaching these guys. I was being good to these guys. These guys walked off anyways. It's you that's the problem. But anyways, let's get to the main portion of the show. And we're going to start, I usually don't make fun of people. People say I'm making fun of them, I'm being mean, but I'm really not. I'm trying to teach people a lesson to make you guys understand. Life is not that cut and dry, man. When you're a coach, you don't see all the inside stuff a coach does for a team. I sit here and I put hours and hours into this team and I get so very little out of it, and I do it because so guys have a place to play sports at. Because if I didn't have a team, that's 10 less guys playing basketball. If I didn't have a football team, that's 10 less guys playing football. You get what I'm saying? It's a community. I do this for the community. I'm not doing it for my ego. Ryan's doing it for his own ego. Because he wants to play so he can put up 40 points a game and brag to everybody and get that self-entitlement and have everybody kiss his ass because it's a good feeling. Oh, you're the hero of this game. There are no heroes in basketball, man. Everybody's got to fucking do their part and be the best of themselves on that court. Sometimes the guy that scores a game-winning 3 is bigger than the guy that scores the 40 points. Because you got to come through when it's needed most. And a lot of guys were not coming through for our team. And they want to sit there and they want to blame me. But anyways, we'll talk about Ryan first, since he's the one that stole the team members. Because I know that they just didn't write him and say, hey, we want to join you, okay? He probably texted, he had all their phone numbers from the text list, and probably said, join my team, I don't have anybody, Rick's such a bad coach. Whatever the case is, I don't even give a fuck how it went down anymore. Because the roster speaks for itself, and if I look on your roster and all my guys are on your roster, and you guys try to fuck me over for the fall season, because that's what they did. They tried to screw me over for the fall season so I won't get to play. How mean can you be? You know what I mean? Play another season and then transition over. That's fine. Give me some time to find some subs and replacements. You didn't give me that courtesy. That's the thanks I got. And some of your fees I even paid. And you guys didn't pay. And you still screwed me over. So, and of course I'd screw somebody over too, I guess. If I owed somebody money and figured I don't have to pay them, I'll just join some other team. But I'm going to let you know, Kyle, you're banned off the free agent list. You cannot be a free agent at the Dome. And I'm going to let you know you're on the watch list too for punching the guy in the stomach. I have the video and I sent it. I'm not going to put up with shit, dude. I am not a doormat. I may be everybody's friend, but as a coach, I am there to win. And I know I can build a first place team every single season. As long as the guys play their position and don't let anger and emotion get to them, and they show on time, they show for every game, I can put together a very, very prosperous team. Can't do it with these guys, and that's fine. Like I say, sometimes things have to get destroyed in order for things to come together. as a shaman once said. And Mike, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, Ryan. You know, Ryan stands probably, I don't know, man, maybe like 5 feet tall. I don't know. He looks like he's 90 pounds wet. But he looks like a skeleton when he's going to the hoop. He's like, whoa! That's Ryan. Like, whoa! And he's just fucking, you know, it looks like a fucking skeleton going to the net, man. A skeleton. I mean, the truth is, I'm not laughing at anybody. I'm not trying to be mean, but the truth is that when you go to the net 40 times at your age, dude, and everything else, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the way you're going, at this rate, you're going to have a permanent injury on your knee or your ankle and not be able to play basketball. You know why I'm able to play? Because I'm a sucker for pain. You ever heard that song? I'm a sucker for pain. Well, I am a sucker for pain. Pain is what drives me. I have a lot of pain I've been dealing with for years, so I'm used to playing. But I got guys who have pain in their knee or their ankle. They're like, I'm done playing sports. I don't want to injure it further. I can't play with this pain. But see, I sent a picture to my guys. I had 3 needles sticking out of my knee. Because I had a knee surgery a couple weeks ago, and I'm getting knee surgery tomorrow. It's another knee surgery, but by Sunday I'll be playing, I assure you. I would hope that my pain and all these issues I have inspire others to play, and play through their pain, but it apparently does not. Keep playing the way you're playing, Ryan, you're going to get hurt. Okay, you're playing sloppy in front of the net. You don't feed the ball. You got 2 guys covering you all the time, ramming you to the floor. You're going to get injured. And trust me, you're not as big boned as me. You're a small, short guy. You will get creamed. It may not be this year. It may be not next year. But by the time in a few years you keep playing at the Dome, you'll be done. You'll be done. Because it only takes one person to step on your ankle, dude, or hit you in the knee, which will cause what happened to me. I was playing sports and I had the cartilage crumble because I somehow hurt my knee or whatever, and I went to a specialist and they did a knee operation to try to clean up some of the particles that were scraping. But I mean, I need other knee I need a knee replacement. The doctor said I'm losing kneecap. My kneecap's shrinking because it's grinding down to nothing. So I have to battle through that, but I'm used to battling through that. It takes years to get to that point where you go out there with all that pain and you try to use your mind over matter. So keep playing like a skeleton out there. You know, just keep playing like that, Ryan. I mean, that's the advice I can give you as a coach. You keep playing that way, you're not going to last too long, dude. You're not. So keep running the net 50 times. Be the only one on your team to do it while nobody else gets the ball. But that puts a lot of wear and tear on the knees and the ankles, and eventually when you get to where I'm at and they tell you need a knee replacement or you can't play sports or you can't walk. Hell, I was with the cane for 2 years and almost couldn't walk. Because I tried to do shit like that for a while, running to the net and trying to be aggressive, and now I'm a little more careful because I've learned how to be careful. But there's nothing careful or cautious about him. He's just reckless out there on the court. I don't think I've seen Ryan working for that airline industry or whatever, that airline company. I thought I seen him at McDonald's. I don't know, man. Sorry, Ryan, but you got someone that looks just like you. But I was at McDonald's, man, the other day ago or whatever. I could have sworn I seen him because he's like, I'm going to start managing my own team. Okay, well, I thought I seen you managing McDonald's. I might be wrong. I know they offer a competitive salary, but Jesus Christ, dude, I'm a skilled tradesman. So, you know, I'm not going to be flipping burgers at my age, and neither should you, dude. I don't even understand how you can manage your own team when you can't even manage a McDonald's. Because I'll tell you what, they totally messed up my meal. And yeah, I seen you working there, dude. I seen you working there. But whatever. What's wrong? The airline company fire you and you decided, hey, I'm going to take a job at McDonald's? I don't know. This is a roast. And you're being roasted. Live on AngelOfThyNight Radio. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's your day job, maybe that's your night job, and I'm not laughing at you. But my point is that don't sit there and say I'm going to manage a team when you're actually managing my old team. Because now you're stuck with these guys showing late. I asked Ryan one time, when no guys were showing, I said, what would you do? And he's just like, I don't know. That's what he did, he smiled and shrugged his shoulders, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Do you grow some fucking balls? You kick them off the team. They're not showing the games. They're showing late. and you turn around and you bring them on your team. Now I know why. Now I know why. How stupid, dude. Grow a fucking set of gonads. You know what I mean? When I am a coach on a team, I will even remove my friends off the team if they're not following the rules. The same rules apply for my friends and me as they do anybody else. And if you're not showing the games, you're off the team. If you're not paying your fees, you're off the team. If you're punching other dudes in the face, you're off the team. I have rules. I had to send out the rules to all my friends a week ago. Because I'm like, if you break the rules, you're kicked off. I'm just not going to deal with it. And one guy was all like, oh, and I'm like, so you plan on breaking the rules? He didn't like the rules. It's because you plan on breaking them and you know you're going to end up being kicked off. I didn't give the rules to these guys because I thought these guys had some human decency. But they don't have human decency because look at what they did. So thank you, Ryan. You took my guys. They were playing for us. They have our jerseys. And you took the problems on my team. Now they're your problem. And when they don't show for you, they're certainly not going to come back to mine. Of course, we know you won't have the balls to kick them off because you've got to do what a coach needs to do. And a coach needs to be in those hard predicaments where they need to decide, hey, this guy needs to get off the team. He's affecting everybody's morale. Kyle was affecting everyone's morale. He was fucking demonizing people. Even if our own players in here, I heard it. And it was affecting me on defense because I wasn't able to concentrate. Do you see what I'm saying? So therefore it affects the score of the game and affects if we win or lose. And none of the guys get that. So, you know, Ryan's the one that decided, hey, I'm just going to take over. Ryan likes sloppy seconds. Let's put it this way. And Ryan took my sloppy seconds. Because we lost last season because of a lot of those guys. And he took the sloppy seconds. So congratulations, Ryan. You are a sloppy seconds type of guy. Better you than me, son. But I mean, to be all alone on a roster a couple days before your first game, and then all my guys are all like, I'm not playing this season, I'm not playing, and they all end up on your list. Come on, dude. You can't even follow directions on my team because, like I say, your ego is too big. I tell you, we'll split the threes, and what do? You take both threes at the end. The last minute of that game. So that just proves the disrespect right there. You're just another disrespectful player on my team. You wouldn't have even been playing. A lot of you guys wouldn't even be playing basketball the last 3 months, 4 months if it wasn't for me. So if anything, maybe you should be coming up and shaking my hand and saying, thank you for letting me play basketball. None of you guys got the gonads or the balls to actually shake my hand and thank me. That's why you block me on Facebook. That's why you go join some other team. A free agent that can't even follow directions to begin with. I mean, honestly. How's he going to manage his own team if he can't even take any of my input as a coach? You think he's the only fucking coach in the league or out of all these leagues in the country or anything? I doubt it. I doubt it. He's not the only one. Every coach has their own style. Every team manager has their own way of doing things. But on my team, we have our own rules and our own way of doing things. And a lot of guys don't want to acclimate to it. Because they wanted to be able to show when they wanted to show. And now they all play for Ryan. So the joke's on you, dude. Who's the clown? It's not me. The clown's the one that takes all the fucking bad players. Because they're desperate to have a team. They're so desperate to have their own team because their ego's so big, they'll take somebody that fucking is shitting himself on the court. Seriously. And they'll take someone like Kyle who's all scratchy. Because they don't care. They'll take anybody. Until they start butting heads with each other, because sooner or later it's going to happen. Because there's so many games we could have won if I just didn't have Kyle there. There's so many games we could have won if Harold and Johnny would have actually showed and practiced. And that's what these guys don't get. Like, you guys are the cause. The root cause. It's not me. I'm running my team with the best that I got. Even the referees, I know some of the refs, because I've played with these refs, are saying the same thing. It's better that they're gone because they weren't that great of players anyways, that they were not responsible or respectful. Even the referees knew it. And the referees sided with me in this. Because I told the referees what Ryan did. I told them. The referees are just like, terrible players, man. No team commitment, no team honor, no team loyalty. And whose fault's that? That's Lord Rick's? Please, dude. Kiss my fucking ass. Kiss my fucking ass. At least I'm not grabbing my crotch like Dishonest Bukowski's episode, so you guys don't have to deal with that today, I promise. So honestly, that's all I really have to say about Ryan. I'm not going to say anything too bad about him. He came, he played, he was a free agent. But there are certain boundaries in the league you don't cross. And you should never just take someone's whole team from them a couple days before it's game time. He should have found his own players and not took the players on mine. And that's fine, like I say, because they were not the best players. I mean, even Tammy, she comes to the game. I got a couple friends that come to the game, and they used to point out all kinds of shit, too. So it wasn't like I was losing anything. But you could have gave me a little more time. Thanks, guys. Thanks for giving me 2 days to put together a whole fucking team. I appreciate it. Smooth move. I hope that someday it happens to you guys. I do. I hope you someday know what it's like to run your own team, and then guys don't pay you, don't show, have a shitty attitude, and you got to deal with it all. I do. I do. Because running the Phantoms is no easy chore. I don't get paid for it. It's volunteer. I don't even see the ball to shoot. I'm capable of running into the net over and over and scoring too if I really wanted. Don't you think I could do that? That's just looks. You just look like a ball hog, an egotistical ball hog, and I definitely don't want to look that way to my fan base or on camera. So with that being said, we got a game Sunday. I'm looking forward to it. We got a group of great guys. They call me sir. They're respectful. They shake my hand. They come and they practice. So we'll see what happens. Sometimes after a few games, guys sour, and that's what happened with Harold and John. They used to be good guys, man, but I watched the second season. They were just like fucking demeaning me, man. It was like, where's this coming from? You guys were good the first season and improving as players, and now you just bitch because I don't pass it to you, but like you guys don't ever give me the ball either. So, and you don't want to be my friend, so what do you want me to do? I had to kick a friend off this season because he owes me money and he didn't make a lot of games. Being a coach, being in charge and being responsible of everyone else is not always an easy thing. It's a difficult thing. And you have to make hard decisions, and there's going to be people that don't like those decisions. And there was people that did not like those decisions. And I'm sorry, but I got a job to do, and you're asking me not to be a coach or do my job, and then threatening me with the fact that I'll just leave. Well, then leave. You didn't even tell me that. You just left and lied to my face and blocked me here and there, so like a bunch of bitches. And that's what you are to me, bitches now. And every time I see you, I'm just going to laugh and be like, oh, there's the chicken shits. Because I don't have any respect or honor for you because you did me wrong. But let's get on to another player. Let's talk about Marlon. I've known Marlon for 4 or 5 years. I met Marlon about 5 years ago for league. Marlon played like 3 games, and in the middle of the season says, I'm too busy. I'm not playing no more. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Way to go. By the time I got done with that season, I was down to 3 or 4 guys. Because every guy quit because some guys were saying it was too rough to league, they couldn't play, they had to work. We had another guy hit someone and never show to games anymore. I don't know, he punched a dude right in the nose. Maybe he got suspended and just didn't show anymore, but we struggled that season. And Marlon turned his back on me, and what do? We start a new season. A couple years later at the MAC, I let Marlon play. COVID happened. Then again, I let Marlon play for the summer season. I've always been kind to Marlon. I've always been kind to his wife. I've played basketball with his kid. His kid was playing at the MAC. We let his kid play in some of the games. I was always nice to his kid. But Marlon kept bringing on his friends, and here's the thing. If you bring on your friends and they turn out to be assholes, that's not my fault, that's your fault. Don't sit there and leave my team too just because you brought on a friend that I decided to let go. Not my problem. Or is it because you're siding with them because of the color of their skin? Or their ethnicity? That's what it basically comes down to. Well, he's Filipino and we're Filipino, so we're all going to walk because he's Filipino. You're not walking because I'm a bad coach. You're walking because I got rid of one of your Filipino friends for acting like a fucking asshat. But that's my fault, right? But the thing is with Marlon, doesn't show to half of the games anyways. He's got an attendance problem. Doesn't he? He used to let me know. Like the first game he misses, he'll let me know. And in any other game after that, he doesn't let me know. Like I'm supposed to assume that he's out working or out doing stuff. I'm not a mind reader. You know what I'm saying? But Marlon I considered a personal friend. And I didn't mind. Marlon could have brought as many friends as he wanted to bring. But Marlon also had the new because he knew me as being a coach. I wasn't going to put up with bullshit. And he brought on the worst fucking player of all, because Kyle plays like he's 16. I play open basketball all the time with guys, and he plays just like them 16-year-olds, throwing it up like a million times and only getting one or two and then bragging. You know, and it's like, this is a competitive league. This is a place for guys that are semi-pro and shit. This isn't a place for fucking people like you. You want to go play basketball, go play for open basketball. Don't waste my time. You shoot it 20 times, you've taken up 5 minutes of the fucking clock. And we could have actually, out of those 20 times you shot it, we probably could have made a few under the hoop plays and actually got more points out of it than you shooting it 20 times. It's just common sense, you know? But Marlon runs a sushi restaurant, so he gets busy, and I have always been understanding that you're busy running your restaurant. But you can at least tell me if you got to run your restaurant and can't come to the basketball game. I mean, you know, I consider them a family friend. And he turns around, him and his pals, and they leave my team, and they destroy my team with 2 days left to play, and I have to scrounge for players. And that's not right. You just don't do that. I got a guy that's recovering from surgery, another guy working right now, another guy's missing, which I'm sure I'll hear from. I got another guy I had to let go because he just missed too many games and still owes 2 seasons. He owes me over $140, you know? It's like $70, $72, $75 a season, and some guys owe me the full $150. Why should I let him keep playing, right? So he screwed me. Some friend you turned out to be, Marlon. Never again, dude. You are not allowed on my team again. I don't care. You burned your bridges with me. We were supposed to be friends. I thought brotherhood means something to you. It does not. The funny thing is, I told Marlon I'm kicking Kyle off, and guess what? Marlon liked that. He gave it a like privately. So in private, he's a whole different person. But in front of his friends, I gotta be cool. I gotta go with them. You know, what, you can't think for yourself, dude? If you stay on my team, your friends would have stayed on my team. So that just proves my point right there. You dishonored this team. You dishonored me. As a friend, you've dishonored me. Because I've given you a million chances and you could help us win a championship instead of bringing fucking people that... I mean, one of his friends named Paul hits a guy, jabs a guy in the face, then he brings on Kyle, punches a dude in the stomach. But I'm supposed to leave the dude on? Too many... What happens when we get too many of his friends out on suspension? And we miss the playoffs, or we lose first place. Because we were in a 6-team league, the easiest league to get first place in during the summer. We almost got the championship game awarded to us. We just needed to win one more, and we didn't. And it's just shit like that, little shit like that, because you didn't show, because you didn't pass, because you can't follow a game plan. So, Marlon's more, you know, the thing about Marlon is, he goes under the hoop a lot, and he misses a lot. He constantly putting these underhand shots looking up. And you know as well as I do, those shots are easily missed. If you sit there and all you do is constantly this, all you have to do is take a shot with one hand and just tap it against the backboard to go in. He'll either shoots them too hard off the backboard, or he throws them underneath like this, and he misses. So his game is definitely not perfect. Definitely not perfect. And I notice that there is favoritism. If you're Filipino, you will get the ball. If you're white, you will hardly ever see it. The only reason why I got the ball from Marlon is when his friends just were not open. And that's the truth. And you can see it. It's on camera. It's on camera. You know, he'd give me the ball, throwing it from under the hoop to me, and I would dribble it in and pass to one of his friends, and they'd pass to him, and I'd never see the ball again. And see, that's my point. You know, it's like you guys play with favoritism. You don't deserve to be on this team. It's a high-caliber team, and you guys can just show me you cannot play on a high-caliber team. You can play on Ryan's team, but he's not a high-caliber team. He's basically more than half the offense because he runs to the net, and the other half are just erratic fucking shots that get... But thanks, but no thanks, you know? And I guess that's the end of that friendship, because I'm not going to be with a friend with a person that does me that way. Before this game ever started, these guys did not know Ryan. Ryan played 7 out of 8 games, and by the fucking 7th game he played, these guys just jumped ship to go play for him or go play with him. Just help him help his ego grow, guys. Just make his ego, make that Carolina boy's ego grow. Because that's all it is. You're just helping that Carolina boy. You're just making his ego feel, you're just stroking his ego, man. And you did. You stroked his ego. Congratulations. But whatever. It's not my place to tell people where to join or what to do. I'm not going to do that. We have a guy on my team who plays for Ryan's team and mine, and I told the dude, I was like, I don't care. It's a different division. It's not against the rules. I don't care. You want to play for Ryan and me, then play for us both. But don't be an asshole and just jump fucking ship and leave me with no team and to do me like that, especially since I've been filming games and working hard on this team, and then you and your friends, because you guys are all friends, you do me like that. It wasn't like a group of white guys that walked out. It was a group of Filipino guys. They're all friends. They all talk in Tagalog. They're probably talking about me during a game because they don't want to talk in English. Because God forbid you talk in English. Oh no, Rick might hear us. Rick might hear us. He might kick our ass. I don't kick anybody's ass. But I want people to be better. To be stronger of players. And I cannot get people that way when they're that fucking dense and don't listen. And then they take your honesty and they twist it. And they try to make you out to be like you're this bad person that abused them and mistreated them. It's like I haven't mistreated anybody. I told Kyle, get the fuck off my team. He's the only one. I didn't kick anybody off my team. I should have. The moment guys were showing late and not coming and blew the fucking summer season, I should have. We only needed to win one more game and we'd have been in the trophy round. So I mean, you know, you got to think about that. Who screwed who? I screwed you? I don't think so. I let you on this team because I trusted you and trusted that you would have some honor. And you guys didn't have no honor. So what else is there to say? So that's Marlon. That's Ryan. Now Harold, I don't know, but if you guys watch the footage, you'll see a short, chubby guy. That's Harold. He wears glasses. He's short, chubby. Looks like Kim Jong-un from North Korea. Yeah, he looks like Kim Jong-un if you look at him. He looks just like Kim Jong-un. Although Kim Jong-un is Korean and Harold, I'm taking it, is Filipino. I don't know. But either way, it's a dude that looks like Kim Jong-un. He just whines. Every game it's been getting worse. Oh, give me the ball. Dude, one game I gave him the ball like 4 times. And like 3 of those 4 times he missed the hoop. But here's how Harold plays. Watch. Oh, I lost it! I've never met somebody in basketball who not only misses the hoop as much as him, but loses the ball before he even gets to the circle. Every time that dude carries the ball to the circle, he loses the damn ball. I watched him in the last 2 games, and all he does, this is all he does, spins in circles. And you know why he spins in circles? Because his ass is this wide. So when your ass is this wide, nobody can get the ball if you're sticking your ass out like this. Problem is, you can't hold on to the goddamn ball. Harold has the potential to be a good player. But Harold's attitude stinks, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shoot the ball and you bitch that I didn't pass to you when that's my first shot in like 20 minutes. Why should you get 5 shots on that and I get no shots on that? The fuck you think you are, king of the fucking court? All I have done is try to work with fucking Harold. Good game, Harold. Keep up the good work. Harold, this is your position. And what's he do? He goes and joins the other team. You're a fucking asshole, dude. Let's see if any of those guys in the other team ever try to help you or give you the ball or care about you as a player. You don't. I care about my players. That's the difference. My players are like my brothers. But when you start fucking doing shit behind my back and stiffing me money and not showing the games, you don't care about me as a brother, but I'm supposed to care about you and give you the ball and make you the hero of the game, right? Dude's bitching me out every game that I didn't give him the ball. Like, dude, I gave you the ball a couple times, so I wanted to shoot it this time or pass it to someone else. Big deal. Every time I give the ball to Harold in the last 2 or 3 games, the dude tries to go through 4 or 5 guys. And he's just dribbling like this. like hopping up and down and turning around and hopping up like this, like he's a fucking rabbit and stuff, you know? And loses it because he's just trying to get too fancy and do too much with the ball. You cannot go through 5 guys and expect not to lose the ball. You know what I'm saying? If I got you one-on-one, I may take you one-on-one. But I'm smart enough to know that if I got 2 guys covering me, 3 guys standing in front of me, I'm not going to try to dribble through them when I'm slow on the court and I'm not a good dribbler. And terrible dribbler, man. Terrible dribbler. Loses the ball every time. He'd be more better as a passer out there to try to be an anchor on the court to set up assists. But he doesn't want to do that. He wants to go through 5 guys, make baskets, when he ends up missing. It's like, dude, I'll never forget the time we could have won a game in the first season. And I stood there under the hoop and was shouting at you, and nobody was under the hoop. And you didn't give me the ball. But you want me to give you the ball when I got 3 other guys open. And one time I passed, like his friend Johnny. One time I passed, his friend Johnny bitches me out, or John, or whatever his fucking name is. And I had a guy under the hoop wide open. Why wouldn't I give him that ball? It's a guaranteed layup. We get the layup or whatever, and you know, but like I say, Harold and John, they whine. And you don't get to whine. You show up late, you don't show to all the games, you don't let me know what's going on, you never fucking say, hey, great shot, Rick, or hey, thanks, Rick, for filming the games, or nothing. But you want me to stroke you like I'm there to kiss your ass and lube you fucking down, right? Sorry, but I don't, go lubing my basketball players down. You can lube yourself, and that's probably what you do with your own fucking time, obviously, because you're not using your head. You're a basketball clown. Does basketball clowns really lose their fucking heads? Do basketball clowns actually think? No, they're clowns. They're clowns on the court, they're clowns off the court. And that's the case, and that's what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with clowns right now off and on the court. They're all clowns. And I'm not trying to be insulting in any way, but the truth is, dude, you lose the ball constantly, Harold. And when you do something good, I compliment you. When you do something bad, I let you know, hey, maybe you need to pass a little bit more, this and that. Take my criticism. But the thing is, even though Harold is a bad dribbler, guess what? Some games, every game, Harold always gets the ball from me. Almost everybody on my team gets the ball more than once from me. I don't even get that privilege from some of my guys. I don't even see the ball from some guys ever per game. Ever. John's given me 1 pass in 2 seasons. And you feel like you have the right to bitch me out? Do you see what I'm getting at here? Take a good look. Stand in front of the mirror holding the basketball in your uniform and look at yourself and say, what do I do wrong on that court? Because you do a lot wrong. Even you, John. You take threes that you fucking miss all the damn time. You only pass to your Filipino friends, which makes you fucking racist. You're a racist. Because you don't give the ball to white guys. So you're a racist. Harold will pass to me. But the problem is that Harold will bitch too. If you give the ball 5 times, it's not good enough. It's like, dude, I've only had maybe 3 or 4 opportunities to give you the ball. I hardly see the ball. And when I do, I give you the ball. And you're still complaining about it. Look back at the footage. How many times do I get the ball? All I do is defend, get the board, pass it up. But seriously, Kim Jong-un basically wants to launch his fucking nukes because he doesn't get the ball one more time because I decided to give another guy an opportunity. I'm a coach. Everybody gets the ball once or twice from me. He's all shaking his head, yeah, right. It's like, dude, don't you argue and ruin team morale. And these guys deserve to be off the team because you were demoralizing the coach, you were demoralizing me, you were creating a negative atmosphere, you were arguing in front of the other team, it was more than one guy doing it, and then you want to walk? It should be me who walks and gives up on all of you. But I didn't give up on you, even though you're out there terrible dribbling, and I give you the ball 3 times in a row and you lose it all 3 times, or you miss all 3 shots. I still continue to give you the ball. Because I'm not demoralizing you. I'm not arguing about it. We'll fix it down the road in practice. If you ever show to practice, right? But that's Harold. Just imagine Kim Jong-un out there going like this. This is him. Oh, I lost it. And then he doesn't even try to go get the ball when he loses it. I would dive if I lost the ball. You guys have seen the last season. I lost it a couple times. I'm only human. But guess what? I dove, recovered the ball, and passed it to my guy. There was a couple times I had a couple passes on the ground, and my guys got the points. That's how you play basketball. If you're not willing to take a dive or one for the team, then you shouldn't be on any team. And the truth is that, you got John and Harold who show late, and they're the ones that whine the most. But what do they do for me? I could shoot 10 three-pointers in one game, and guess what? Not once will I see the ball from that. It's like, what do I do? He's been shooting threes, and we could win this game. Do I pass it to him? What do I do? That's how my guys are. That's how all of them are. It's like they get jealous because their ego gets too big. They got to be the ones to score. Fuck Lord Rick. Oh no, Lord Rick's scoring too much. Let's put a cap on it. Because it's all about their ego and them scoring. And that's why they walked off the team around August 25th or whatever it was, a couple days before my first game of the fall season. But now I got better guys. These guys aren't into the drama and the arguing. Out there during our first game, we were talking about passing plays and things like that. Whole different atmosphere in comparison to these guys that I had on my team. And maybe I just got stuck with a bunch of guys who thought, hey, let's just have our friends take over Rick's team. And it didn't work, and I didn't let you. And so now you're going to go over to Ryan's team, and you can go give him hell. When you stop showing the games, and Ryan ends up only having 5 players or 4 players and loses a key game, let's see him not lose his cool. I mean, seriously. Well, maybe he won't. Some of that Carolina hospitality, right? See, I know everything about everybody. I could put a whole lot more out there, but I'll try to be nice on Angel of the Night Radio. I'll try to be nice. Then again, when am I ever nice on Angel of the Night Radio? I'm not here to be nice. I'm not here to be anybody's friend. I'm here to host a show where reality collides with comedy. And this is Lord Rick, and we're live in the Silver State, and you're listening to Angel of the Night Radio. And we're about to wrap up soon. This was just a short little couple-hour episode talking about the Phantom Sports team and what went on, the fallout with the clowns that were on the team. These are basketball clowns. Like I say, there's different types of basketball players. You got your thugs, you got your talent, you got your artsy players, and you got your clowns, and then you got your no-calls, no-show whiners types. And I was mixed with clowns and whiners is what I was mixed with. I got dealt a bad hand. Those are not the guys that are going to win a championship. There's no way in God's green earth. There's not enough unity. There's not enough, you know what I'm saying? When people start playing favorites and they start putting each other down, that's not a very good team for anybody to be part of. And I never put anybody down. And when we were on the court, we weren't going to fight with each other. We're going up against opponents who want to fucking kill us on the court. And you're worried about I didn't pass to you 1 time out of 3 in a row that I gave you? And you're worried about, you having to shoot it multiple times when you have options to your right and left, but you don't want to give up the ball because your girlfriend's attending and you want to look cool in front of your girlfriend, or you want to look cool in front of your wife, or your girlfriend, or this girl. Screw that. That's all you people care about, man. Oh, my wife's at the game, my girlfriend's at the game, I have to look cool. But you look like a ball-hogging idiot. There were so many times I could have taken a shot, and what do? I pass the ball. And my guy misses it. But guess what? I wasn't on the court bitching at them. I could have been on that court bitching at every one of those players almost on every fucking play they fucked up. I could have been, but was I? No. I was bitching about stuff like not showing the games, demoralizing others, hitting other team members, the important stuff, the rules of basketball. And you all walk and you go join a free agent. You don't even know if this guy's had a team before. Just because he tells you he has doesn't mean shit. Because I can tell you he doesn't. He didn't. Because he had to get a couple free agents himself and then bring on players from my team to his team. Because a couple days before August 27th, his roster was empty. So if he's been running teams and managing teams, where are his players? I still have players from the last few years. He doesn't. He doesn't have any players. Instead, he just joins the team to go steal mine. Like, thanks for the work, Rick. Wait till Kyle shoots 20 times and misses and brags about getting 1 in. I mean, it's just, that kind of, you don't want to kind of have those ethics and that kind of morale on a team. Those are just bad behaviors that people should not get themselves in if they're playing league and it's obvious that a lot of them guys have bad behaviors and habits on the basketball court, and those things are not going to change on their own. You know how they change? They join a good basketball team who has rules, ethics, talent, those kind of things. And all I see is one team transferred from another team. They might as well call that the Phantoms too, except my team has integrity. Oh, don't like to be roasted, guys? Well, you kind of roasted me when you shorted me a team, and I almost was out $700, but you guys don't care about that. And you were on the roster, and you turned around and you screwed me still. So, shame, man. But I mean, honestly, I'm not here to piss anybody off, put anybody down. I feel like sometimes the best laughter is medicine. I can only look back and, I was all worried about it at first, but now I look back and I think, I can only laugh about this. Like, this dude basically was complaining about how our season went, but yet he took the players that cost us to lose. He took the players that cost us to lose games. All the ones with bad habits and behaviors he took. And that opened up, I didn't have room on my roster last season. I have room this season on the roster. I was able to bring in some guys that played college pro and shit. So, I mean, really it benefited me in the end, and I can only laugh at that. And, people can get mad at me, but you guys have been roasted by the best. You should have did your homework. And this is Lord Rick, your host of Angel of That Night Radio. We're live. And don't forget to check out our site, www.paranormalghostsociety.org. And also, if you are browsing our sports page, you can click the Phantoms logo on the main page of our paranormal site. Check out the hub. You can also go to, if you actually go and you check out Facebook, you can type in the Paranormal and Ghost Society Phantom Sports Association. Just type that in. And our team page will pop up. You can give it a like. Those guys didn't even give our team page a like. And I would post photos and games and everything on it. So, I mean, that just tells you how selfish those players were. And I'm not being racist. I'm just saying it looks like racism to me. Because if you have 5 Filipino guys that walk on the team, and they all leave the same day, and they all join somebody else's team, and they all got to stick together, that's race. Because you're not going to see 1 or 2 of those Filipino guys stick together. You're not going to see 1 or 2 of those Filipino guys stay on my team. They're going to go where the rest of the Filipino guys go. Even if some had exhibited poor behavior and broke the rules, it doesn't matter to them. Because obviously there's no honor, there's no principle. Because you would sit there and say, you know what? He fucked up. That's dishonor to Rick. Rick's my friend. Rick's white, but Rick's my friend. I'm going to stick with Rick. You couldn't stick with Lord Rick. You had to go where the rest of the bad Filipinos went. So it's about race. And I'm making it about race. People are saying, no. Well, but it is about race. If it wasn't about race, then you guys would not have all walked at the same time and lied to my face. And blocked me like a bunch of scared little bitches. It was funny because one of the players watched our game. And before the game was done, as soon as I got done with the game and started getting my stuff, that person like fucking peeled it out of there and left. Like what? Can't say nothing to me? It just gets me how people don't want to put time and commitment and effort. Teams go up and down, but it's about honor. It's about sticking with the team that you know and the team that you're with. You don't just go team to team to team because you're breaking rules and you think you get a free pass. I mean, I'm telling you right now, it's totally about race, though. Because not only does Ryan's team have 4 or 5 Filipinos, they got like 8 Filipinos. So more Filipinos have joined. It's about race. It's totally about race. Because if it's not about race, then if you bought a jersey for $60 and you played the spring season and the summer season at the Dome, then there's no reason why you can't continue to play for this team. You're not playing for me. You're playing for yourself to stay fit. Because playing basketball is about fitness. And you got lots of playing time, too. Lots. Unless you showed late, then I didn't sub out with you. Because I just felt like, what's the point? You want to show late? We already have fucking positions situated. Not my fault you decided to leave last minute to come to the game. It's that kind of thing, And so people can't say it's about race when, there's 8 Filipinos playing on there and like 1 white guy. It's like, yeah. Because Marlon's inviting more friends and more friends. And, like, you might as well just ran your own team with your own friends, dude. You know, don't try to sugarcoat it with one white guy and say, we're not racist. Because you are racist. Because you won't pass to me and I'm as white as ever. Tattoos, rings, biker rocker look. It's about race. And you guys made it about race. Because if it wasn't about race, you'd say, fuck, who cares if Kyle's fucking off the team? I'm still on Rick's team. But you instead were like, I'm going to come to his rescue. He's a growing boy. A Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man. Kyle. Shit, we didn't even get to Kyle yet. But I mean, like, Kyle and stuff like that. You know, he looks... imagine this Filipino dude, okay? He looks like the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters. He does. I mean, like, where does his... I mean, you don't even see this dude's neck. He's like out there like, every time a guy runs to him, he throws the ball and misses. And they're just sloppy shots. Like, dude, if somebody's going to run in my face and I'm going to be under that much pressure, I'm going to pass it. I'm not going to just risk throwing up a shot and having the other team get it and run it up and score. And then we start to fall behind because of your ass, because you know, your scratchy ass or whatever just can't handle the fact that you're not the hero of the game. You know, this is not open basketball, man. But this is Kyle, man. No neck. This is what he looks like, throwing the ball. No neck. Fucking Frankenstein and shit. Walks like this, too. I mean, it's like... I go through this fucking dude's pictures through the fucking years, man. I go through this dude's pictures through the years, and he's just like... You know, you see him at 14, and he's fucking, you know... a normal weight, and you see him at 16 and he's semi-normal, and 18 he's chunky, and then 20 he's even fucking bigger, and now it's like he's 21, 22 years old, dude. That kid there, by the time he's 30, he is going to be like Chet from Weird Science. I'm telling you. Of course, he probably don't know who Chet is from Weird Science anyways, because that's just, you know, from my time period. Those are classic movies, man. But I mean, the truth is, it's like a man with no neck, a kid with no neck shooting the ball every time. It's just, and it's like, you know, and you can watch him on film. It's always from the left-hand side of the circle, shooting the ball and missing over and over and over. Same place he shoots from, same shot all the time. The no-neck shot, I call it. That's why it's like sometimes I didn't even want to give him the ball, because I thought to myself, man, he's just going to miss. He's just going to throw it up. Somebody's going to cover him, and he's going to feel the need that he has to shoot it. You don't have to shoot shit. You can pass the ball back to me, and I can pass it back to you until one of us is open to shoot it. But no. You feel that you need to shoot it as soon as a dude gets up in your face. Which means you're scared to play basketball, because only guys that do that shit are scared. They're scared they might be hit by another dude or have the ball stolen. They're scared. It's called fear of basketball, and he plays fear of basketball. Every time he gets the ball, he feels he's got to get rid of it. And you know what my advice is to you? Is that don't be mad at me because you don't want to stay fit or stay in shape. I can't believe that out of all those guys that quit, I'm still one of the faster out of them all, and I got a busted fucking knee and ankle and spine. That's kind of funny, but you know what Kyle reminds me of, kind of? It's like a hot dog. Like, you see his fucking head, and then all of a sudden it's like, not even a walking hot dog on the field, but he looks like a fucking burrito wrap. That's what he looks like, a walking burrito wrap. Except just imagine all the shit spewing out from every orifice there is. That explains why he scratches his ass all the time. Fucking some people just don't take any dignity in how they fucking want to, play the game. Some people take no dignity in sports. Like, if you know you're fucking overweight and all that stuff, you think you would be doing something to control your what you eat, what your diet is. Because all you're doing is you're going on the court, you're obese, and you can't even get back on fucking defense because you want to shove tacos in your face and Twinkies and hoes. I mean, basically the dude looks like a walking burrito or a hot dog or Twinkie on the court with legs. Because basically all you see is his head and no fucking neck like this. And all you see, you know what I'm saying? He looks like a fucking walking burrito with all the fucking wrinkles and the fucking sides bulging here and there. That's what he looks like. See, So I used to be overweight. For one of my basketball seasons, I gained like 80 pounds. I was like 280. A lot of people don't know this. And I started going on a strict diet, exercising, working out and stuff because I didn't want to affect my team. I didn't want to be 280 pounds and be where I'm the only guy that can't get back on defense. If you care about your team, you do what it takes to get in better shape, to better yourself, to better your physique. And I'm not mocking anybody who's on the overweight side, because I've been overweight myself. But I've also, over the years, didn't whine about it. I did something about it so that I can compete in the league. And I worked hard to get this body that I did. I worked hard to get to where I'm at so that I could run in 3 seconds from one side of the court to the other, so that I could get playful games, so that I could play defense and go straight to offense and play offense. And if you guys ever watch me on camera, you'll watch me make a huge play on defense, and I run right through the middle of the circle, and nobody gives me the ball to put it in. How many of my guys did you see last season run the full length of the court and go from defending to actually trying to take a decent fucking pass? Very few of them did. Because I was on defense. I played deep under the hoop, and I sometimes ended up on under the other team's hoop, because I was trying to take on more than one role, because my guys, my previous clowns, were not doing their part on the court. And did I ride them? Was I mean to them? No. I figured, they'll get better, they'll come around, they'll listen to me, they'll talk to me, they'll practice. They didn't practice. They didn't come around. They didn't listen to me, because they didn't care. And it shows they didn't care. Because when you care, you don't sit there and just do that to another team's captain or coach. I mean, there's a code of conduct and rules in the league, and that's just there's a lot of rules in the league and a lot of things, and that to me is it's distasteful. It's not illegal, but it's distasteful. It shows you don't have no honor. It shows that you can't stick with the team. A lot of teams actually like playing against our guys, even these clowns. I got compliments from other teams, but, now you guys can go play for somebody else's team, and, there's a lot of loss of respect, because I've already talked to some other teams, and they just shake their head. They're like, talk about disrespect. You came disrespecting me. Just remember that. I didn't come looking for you or disrespecting you. I ran this team, and I've ran this team for years, and you guys come join my team, and you act like you own the whole fucking show in the place. And if you're going to act like you own the whole show in this place, then you better be scoring fucking 60 points a game. You better be raking up assists. You better not be losing the ball just because you want to be all fancy with your hands. And you better not be looking like a goddamn fucking stuffed chili fucking burrito. Or a walking hot dog. Spewing fucking yellow shit out your back end. Or like a fucking Twinkie. Only you're not stuffed with fucking cream, you're stuffed with shit. And that's why I'm the one trying to play your defensive position too. It's ridiculous. In our last game, the fucking stuffed burrito Kyle or whatever, the player comes up. I stop the player, they lose the ball, it's on the ground. And I'm trying to get it. Well, it goes underneath behind herself. And there's a player it rolls out to. That's Kyle. Kyle's supposed to be defending that player, because they obviously were trying to get. They were atop of the key player. They came in deep. I can't just bulldoze over someone and run them over to get the ball. And they shot it and made it, and he bitched me out. And I'm just like, yeah, you don't know how to play defense. But then again, you don't know how to play offense either. You don't just throw balls up in the air like this every time you're pressured. You pass that shit. So it tells me right there you really don't know how to play basketball. And you really should find a new sport or fucking quit. Because I'll tell you what, most teams aren't going to want you. If I don't want you on my team, most teams aren't going to want you. Maybe Ryan wants you because there's, like I say, clowns stick with clowns. But I certainly don't want that kind of riffraff. And it's not even how good you are a player. It's what's in here. It's what's in here. And it tells me that most of you's, the reason why you're not successful at basketball is you don't have this. You're not lion-hearted. I play with the heart of a lion on that court. Even help other guys up from other teams that fall on the ground. You guys don't. Because you don't play with this. You play for yourself. when we're supposed to be lifting each other and playing for each other. So don't go blaming me. You burned your bridges. Live with that decision. Just as much as Marlon's under the hoop acting like he's throwing fucking plates of sushi. The way he holds the ball up when he throws it, it's like he's a waiter at his restaurant holding up a plate of fucking sushi and shit like this. I got sushi, you know? It's like serving sushi on a plate or on a platter is definitely not how you want to play basketball. Like he's throwing fucking plates in the air and holding plates like he's waitering and shit. Like, dude, you obviously work, Marlon, way too much at your restaurant and don't know the difference between work and serving sushi and playing basketball during a competitive game. You obviously don't know. I could do this all day long, roast you guys, but what's the point? Some of you will watch it and you'll be like, you'll probably fucking say, that's not cool, Rick. You're putting this on social media. You're putting this on YouTube. I can do whatever I want. It's a free country. And if you don't like it, you can revoke your green card and move the fuck back to the Philippines. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Move back to the Philippines. Revoke the fucking green card that you got. Because they all of them almost come from the Philippines. They were not born here in the United States, and I don't care. I don't care if you come from another country, but if you're going to come from this country, then follow American values and follow American ways of living and treat everyone with respect, or go fucking back there. Don't play basketball here in Reno if you're just going to act like an asshat towards white people because you don't like white people because all you know, 95% of people you know, are fucking Filipinos. But just remember, Marlon, it's white people that eat at your restaurant. It's white people that bring you business. I mean, it's just a joke. People are just rotten to the core, man, and they expect, like, I'm going to slap Lord Rick and he's not going to slap me back. I'm going to treat Lord Rick like a doormat and he's not going to defend himself. Bullshit, dude. I already told you, I'll pay you $50. Best out of 3 fucking games, Kyle. Since I don't know how to play basketball, best out of fucking 3 games. You have to quit forever. I'll give you $50 if you win out of 2 out of those 3 games. That's how confident I am. I will beat your ass, dude, because you ain't nothing but a slow-ass terrorist motherfucker around that court. And I guarantee I can dance all over you on that court if I wanted. You can just look at all my practices at the speed I exhibit, how I go around guys and stuff. Just because I don't do it during a league game, it's because I'm allowing my guys to play. So I can sit back and defend my court. I'm not focusing on offense. My ego isn't bigger than my head. I don't care. Because I don't need to kill myself. I have a bad knee. I'm always going in for surgical procedures and operations and treatments and this and that. So I don't need to go out during league and kill myself. I just need to play good defense and give my offense a chance. Otherwise, if I only had 4 or 5 guys and I was playing up front, then I guess I would be scoring 40, 50 points a game. Now, wouldn't I? But I don't need to. I don't need to. So don't underestimate me. You want to talk shit? Well, I'm talking shit, brother. He's like, don't talk shit. Don't talk shit. What are you going to do if I talk shit? What are you going to do? Go cry to your mommy? Go tell on me to your mommy who you live with? I know a lot of things. I may not know everything, but I do know that when somebody's being disrespectful or when somebody's being whiny or they're demoralizing other team members, I know that's going on. And I shouldn't have to be subjected to losing all my players just because I speak up and I'm honest about it. And that's what it boils down to, folks. That's what it boils down to. So stay puff, stay the fuck off my team because you won't ever be allowed. You burn your bridges on enough teams, there won't be no team that's going to want you, dude. And just like Ryan, you know, throw your fucking fits and your temper tantrums. You got to be the top dog and everything, you know. And Marlon and his fucking whiny friends, you know, go ahead, go join his team, go whine to Marlon like you did me. I bet you won't, though, because you're playing now for a team who has no fucking rules. There's no rules, there's no ethics, there's no code of conduct, there's nothing. It's basically if you want to show, show. If you don't want to show, don't show. Well, I don't know what kind of team that's not committed to the rules or the game. And what I see is a bunch of clowns that are not committed and are not dedicated to the game. Because if they were dedicated, you don't just walk off another coach's team who's trying to put something nice together. And you did that to me, and whether you did it about race, whether you did it about because Ryan scores 30 points a game, I really don't give a fuck. I don't care. There's a million guys that can score more than even what Ryan scores out there. And you guys don't realize that I can bring that kind of talent on my team. So there's a million people out there that play good basketball, but the one thing they don't do, a good player doesn't do, is try to just be the only player on the team. And that's how Ryan is. He's the only player. Because if he wasn't the only player in that close game, he would have split the threes with me and showed that he's a leader. And he didn't show he was a leader. I showed I was a leader because I'm like, I'll tell you what, you get a 3, I get a 3. That's leadership. So you guys can go play for him. Go have your little Lebowski underachievers. Lebowski underachievers or overachievers. I think it's the underachievers. I don't know. I can't remember. Doesn't feel too good to get slapped down to the ground, but that's exactly what you guys did to me. You guys joined my team. Some of you didn't pay. Some of you didn't show. You made my life hell for the last fucking few months. And then you turn around and you laugh after you fucked me over. And now you think I'm supposed to be all nice to you on social media and all nice to you when you block me and lie to my face. Cowards! Yellow cowards! Because that's what cowardly means, being yellow, and you guys are yellow. You guys are just so fucking scared to even come talk to me like a human being. At first, they would text me privately and be my friend. And then over time, I just didn't get no more text. It was, well, we got all our friends here, so fuck you, Rick. Well, no, fuck you. Because we're just going to roast you later on our show, and there's nothing you can do about it. Doesn't feel too good to lose control, does it? I didn't lose control. I told you to knock the shit off. Okay? But you want to be on a team that has no control. That way you can show when you want, do what the fuck you want, punch other guys in the face, and that's supposed to be okay, right? Well, maybe it is okay. Because, see, I run a business, and I'm an author and all these things, and I don't want that kind of riffraff on my goddamn team. So it's good that you're going and playing for him, but don't come begging on mine. You burned your bridges. You screwed me over. You don't get to come on mine. If you see our teams winning first place the next couple seasons, you don't get to message me and say, hey, can I have another chance? Can I join your team? It's just not going to happen. I'm just not going to go that route because I'm tired of getting fucked over. Most people would. Most people would. And now you guys understand how I feel since I can't get it across to you via text or in person because you want to evade me or avoid me or hide behind your friends. Of course, you know, like 4 or 5 guys could hide behind Harold and Kyle standing next to each other because, you know, that's only like 7 feet wide. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, man. Even the games I played solid defense in, I never even heard one kind thing by any of my team members. But yet I'm the one saying kind things to them. Why should I kiss your ass? I die for a ball and you guys don't even ask me if I'm okay. I sat there and had my nose bleeding about 5 games ago. Nobody even asked if I was okay. Because you don't give a fuck. It's all about your egos. And that's why you don't play for the Phantoms no more. It's not just because you walked off. It's because you cannot play for a team as experienced and high caliber and as organized as us. Why don't you just admit it? Just admit it. Just come clean and admit it. Instead of fucking taking digs like Kyle's taking digs. Oh, I'm not scared of you. You should be. You should be scared. Because you ain't ever going to be allowed back on this team. You should be scared. Because when this team wins, then everybody wants to join it. And when this team wins, everybody wants to join it. And there will not be another opportunity. Because once you screw me over, you burn your bridges on the court, I'm done with you, man. I don't have to take that. There's a million hoopers out there who want to play for this team. I got people all over Carson who would play. They just don't want to drive to Reno. But there's a lot of people that want to play for us. And they think we got a cool team and they think it's great what we do and you guys just burned your bridges. If you didn't want to burn your bridges, then if you say you don't want to play, then I should not expect you to be playing for somebody else's team. You lied to me. You failed at being my friend. You abused my kindness. You took the team for granted. You screwed me over. And then you expect me to not talk about you. But see, it's a free country, and here in America, we can talk about you. There's a Constitution. We are given the right and freedom to talk about one another. And I am talking about you. I'm not giving out your addresses on YouTube or on our show or any of that shit. You're just being called, you know, you guys, your last name's Clown to me. So it's Ryan Clown, Kyle Clown, John Clown, Harold Clown, Paul Clown, Marlon Clown. It's basically Ryan Clown, Kyle Clown, Harold Clown, John Clown, Marlon Clown. And then there's Paul. I can never have him on my team. Even if he decides to help out, he hit another dude in the face. The refs look down upon that shit, man. And let's not forget with Kyle. This dumb motherfucker knows we wear red and black. He shows in a white t-shirt to every fucking game. And then the refs are coming up to me saying, does this kid not understand color? Is he fucking colorblind? Yes, Kyle, they thought you were colorblind. That you don't understand colors. And I get it. I mean, your mentality is that of a 3-year-old, so even if I took out a box of Crayola, you probably couldn't even get the colors right to begin with. But I mean, seriously, this dude knows you wear either a red shirt or a black shirt or a red jersey and a black jersey, or you just buy some from us. This fucking idiot shows up in a white jersey, a white shirt. And like the refs were getting pissed off at our team. No wonder why we got so many fouls. Because then the refs think, well, they're not a real team because they got guys that are colorblind and don't know how to match colors. So then they look down upon us. No wonder why, and that affects their decision making too, giving out penalties. Because if they don't like you from the get-go, because they're like, oh, they're all disorganized, have different colors, and a couple times I had to switch jerseys because Kyle wore a white jersey. How about that one? I mean, why would I keep you on my team? And why his friends would condone that? When he's putting his own friends down behind their back? He's on the court, and he's putting Harold down, and he's putting them all down, man. And you guys want to join him on another fucking team? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Oh, that's right, you're a clown. That's right, your last name's Clown. Must be stupid. And you know what's even funnier? Is that out of all the years I've been coaching, I have never really roasted a group of guys like this. And I've had some terrible basketball players. I've had guys walk off. I've had one time 4 guys walk off. And I never even roasted them. They all had their own reasons. One guy walked off because he told me that he was just getting beat up too much and was whining to me that he was getting bruises on him. Oh no. That's all people do is think I'm there to whine to. But, like I say, Stay Puft Marshmallow Boy Kyle, oh, you can clean my car. Why? Because you're shitting yourself in it? Because you're shitting yourself after each game and that's why you're scratching your ass all the fucking time? Because you're shitting on your fucking seats? I ain't cleaning your shit out of your car, dude. I don't think anybody wants to clean your shit. Wear some fucking adult diapers instead of scratching your ass. That's my recommendation for you. I'm surprised the dude even owns a car, considering that he lives in mom's basement. Come on. When I was a teenager, I was living on my own. You guys don't know how easy you've had it. Live in your 20s and live with mom and every other family fucking member, half of you. It must be nice to have rent that you only have to pay a few $100s in rent to go fucking live on. And meanwhile, in the house that I live in, I gotta pay $3,000 a month. I have to work for a living. Not just work, but also maintain my vehicle so that I can actually make it to basketball. Because mommy's not taking me to basketball and dropping me off. But I just think it's ridiculous. These guys want to sit there and they want to, act like I'm the problem that they're leaving the team instead of just being an honest man and saying, look, I was a problem on the team. I was a jerk. I should have been your friend more. I should have passed more. I should have made more baskets. No, it's me that's the problem. How am I the problem when I hardly see the ball? If I have to make every shot because I hardly ever get the ball in a game. And when I do get it, I'm generous and end up passing it. Because I want my guys to score and build confidence so they become better players. And they don't get that. Like, I could have made that shot. I gave it to you, dude, to try to be nice to you, to build your confidence. And these guys don't even see it. And then I get Kyle and Johnny are like, Johnny's like, oh, how many 3-pointers did you make? Well, more than you, dude. And Kyle's like, you can't play basketball. So then I send them a video. I text them a video of me making like 8 or 9 3-pointers and 2-pointers in a row. And I told him, I said, that's me being lazy. And I was. You just see me taking my time dribbling. I throw one up. Ball comes back down, I take a couple steps back, I throw another one. I took my time. The video's for like over a minute long, and I make like 8 in a row. I got another one where I make like, I think 8 or 9 threes in a row, and like 4 of the threes were one-handed throws. And they weren't just at the circle. They were almost at half court. So, you know, before you put me down, you should take a good look at yourself. I have you on video failing over and over like a fucking clown. And you want to sit there and instead quit my team instead of say, hey, I did this, this, and that, and take accountability like a real man. Be a real man and take accountability. Admit that you fucked up. And that's why you're running to some other team. Don't try to put it on me just because I get rid of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Kyle. I mean, seriously, because, I mean, by the time that dude's 30, that dude's going to be fucking so obese, he ain't going to be able to play even miniature golf. You know what I'm saying? Must be all that sushi that Marlin's feeding him. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to head on out of here, guys. I just want to say peace. We're in our fall season. We had a bye week because of Labor Day weekend. And so this Sunday at 8 p.m., we got another game coming up. We've been playing in evening games because our division is huge. Other divisions have like 8 teams. We have 16 teams. And a couple of those teams, I've seen them in the spring league, and I've seen those guys score 80, 90 a game. So we got some good teams in our division. But our game's 8 o'clock. We're going to be starting Sunday on the 10th as our second game. This will give our guys a chance to, because now a lot of the guys hadn't played in a while, and some of them didn't play. Like, I started at the Dome in the spring, and then prior to that I played in Sparks, and then I played in Carson City for a few years. So I've been consistently playing basketball. Some guys haven't played in a few years, and it'll give them a chance by their second game. They should be a little more acclimated, comfortable. They understand how the system works, how we do things, how the formations go, and we should play a whole lot better. We should actually win that game. But like I say, it also depends on who we play. We're playing the Winded Warriors. They're called Winded Warriors. So I don't know. I don't hardly ever get winded. If you guys know, in the summer season, I played the last 5 games. The last 5 games, I stayed in the whole game. Because every time I left the middle, it would fall apart. And they'd score like 10 points in like a minute. So then I had to go back out there to defend our court. Because I was cutting it down per minute. You could see the difference. When I wasn't in the middle, we were losing. Like, we were getting scored on like crazy the first couple games. And then I stayed in the middle the last 5 games. And most of the teams only scored 50 points. With the exception of the championship team, LEBBL, we played like in game 6, I think. We just kind of gave up and let the three-point shooters shoot multiple threes because, you know, the last 5-10 minutes it was out of our reach. It really was. And I really blame the guys because they just weren't playing aggressive. But I said to people, what do you notice different from this new team I have? My new friend, well, like our new guys, our free agents, our friends, all these people I brought together for this new team I formed this fall. I said, what do you notice the difference? Someone said they're more aggressive. They're not afraid of the ball. They're not afraid to steal the ball. They're not afraid to take on players at the key. We would be defended, and when you're on defense and you're at the top of the key, you're supposed to approach the three-pointers. My guys would take a step back and let them shoot the three, and they'd make it. Giving them all day long. Just like Harold. He'd be stepping on my foot while there's some dude from the corner who makes like 10 of those in a row. And I'm like, dude, get in the corner and get in that dude's face, you know? But that was the difference. They said, your new team passes more. Your new team works together more. Your team includes each other more. We were all in a group during our timeouts. We didn't have like if you look at a timeout in game 8 of our summer season, watch, near the end of the game, last 10 minutes of the game, I take a timeout. And the Stay Puft Marshmallow Kyle, I walk up to him to have a talk with him because he's in the whole game and the dude's like sweating fucking profusely. You know how obese people are. They fucking sweat up, they fucking got their ass cracks fucking sweating. This dude's dripping from the fucking ass crack. There's like drips on the fucking floor. This dude's ass is all fucking sweaty and shit. And he's all emotional and getting mad and yelling at his friends. His friends don't hear him because his friends are busy running all over playing, but he's putting his friends down. And I'm like, dude, look on the film. I walk up to him twice, maybe 3 times, and he walks away from me. when I told him he needs to sit on the bench. He's getting over emotional. I told him sit out for a few minutes. I didn't bench him, didn't kick him off, didn't yell at him in front of the team. I called a timeout to talk to him, and guess what? He walks the fuck away from me. And I had multiple friends say they could see why I'm kicking him off, because he doesn't obviously know how to play for a team. When you know how to play for a team, you don't ever walk away from your coach. You don't have to like me, but at least hear what I got to say. It might be something positive, saying, hey, you're having a good game. But he didn't even want to listen to me. So, talk about disrespect. You all deserve to play for Ryan because you're all disrespectful towards me. And you deserve to be on the show roasted. Because now the laughs are on you. Because every time somebody laughs and watches this show, they're laughing at your expense. Because you decided you wanted to join our high caliber team and clown around. And this team's not a joke. I'm getting older. I don't have that many years left to win a championship. I'm almost 50 years old. So I take this shit really serious. I like to have fun too, but my guys didn't even want to have fun. They were just whiny and pissed off and over emotional and all these things. And I was like, look, we can be serious and still have fun. There's a couple times I was joking around. I hit the ref in the head with a basketball one time. It bounced off his head. There was a couple funny dives I took. I laughed. I had a positive attitude, but I was still serious when I played the middle and the defensive position. These guys weren't laughing. Kyle was bashing his own friends, and then I got rid of Kyle for a whole litany of shit, and his friends fucking left. So talk about being yellow literally. You know? I mean, it's literally you're just a bunch of cowards, don't want to stand up to your friend, or because he's the same race as you don't want to stand up and say, hey dude, better him than me. I didn't kick anybody else off, better him than me. But they don't want him to grow up and be a man. They want him to be a boy and not have any accountability. And accountability is if you join my team and you get canned, there's a good reason why you got canned. If you want to take all your friends with you, what are we in fucking high school? Is this high school tryouts for basketball? I mean, come on, man. Seriously. Fucking seriously. Grow up, people. The Phantoms will be here a lot longer than you guys will last playing basketball. I can assure you. Even at the Dome. Because even if I can't play, I may still host a team and be the team's full-time coach. Because right now I'm only a full-time coach when I call a timeout. Or when I'm on the bench. But when I'm not on the bench, I am a player for the team. And I should be a player. I've earned it. I shoot well. I make shots. I never miss rim. Almost every one of my shots either hits rim or goes in. I'm fast. I'm probably faster than most guys on my team or even on other teams I face. You can see me out there running. It takes me less than 3 seconds to get from one end of the hoop to the other end of the court under the hoop. So I'm always back on defense. And that was another thing. A lot of the guys that left my team, they weren't even getting back on defense. They were winded and tired. And I get that, but I'm not winded and tired. I'm in good shape because I used to play 2-3 times a week during COVID for over 2 years straight. We'd have sometimes 10 to 12 scrimmages. I'd play from 4:15 p.m. till 8 at night. So I'm in good shape. And I got myself there and I worked hard to lose the weight and I worked hard to get where I'm at. And I'll be damned if anybody takes that fucking away from me. Not even scrupulous ass-scratching fucking clowns. Because I'm not going to deal with it. And if you got a problem with me being white, and that's the real fucking problem, you don't like a white man telling you what to do, then don't join a white man's team. I mean, I'm basically telling you how it is. And you will still listen to this, and you will still see yourself as the victim and me the victimizer. And not see it that really it's you guys that fucked up. It's you guys that didn't want to offer your hand in friendship. It's you guys that weren't showing and not following rules and not caring. You don't just go join another team and start telling other players who've been here a couple seasons, you're not passing, you're not doing this, you're not... That's Kyle. Like, that dude's all like, I'm passing it out. Give me the ball. Like, dude, you joined 3 weeks into the season and he tells me at the end of the season, I wasn't planning on staying anyways. Oh, really? Then why the fuck do you care if I kick you off the team? Why do you care if I tell you you need to pass more? Why? That's right, you don't care. That's why you fucking sabotaged every goddamn game we had. You did. You sabotaged every game. The only game when we played in the playoffs, that's how we should have looked all season long. All season we should have looked that way. But there was unity. There was no demoralizing. There wasn't players fighting with each other. There wasn't people telling me. That whole game, I passed it out from under the hoop. Nobody had a problem with it. And then in the last game, Kyle's like, give me the ball. I want the ball. Right in front of the ref, right in front of the other players. Like, you're not going to just join my team and start thinking you're the coach and you're the captain and you're going to call the plays and tell everybody what to do. Like, dude, you're just some fucking fat kid that lives with his mom and scratches your fucking ass. And shits himself in his car because obviously your car stinks and is dirty, as you have solely admitted through text. So don't even go there. Attached, I'm going to put on the chart of what everybody's fault is. I think I'm going to add to that chart a little bit more. I think I'm going to add to that chart. Because apparently I was being a little too easy on you guys. Apparently. But anyways, folks, you're listening to Angel of the Night Radio. It's Lord Rick, coach of the Phantoms, author, talk show host, urban explorer, extreme adventure, paranormal investigator, cryptozoologist, ufologist, parapsychologist, and the list goes on, yada, 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 yada. But you guys get the idea. You know, I'm the coach of the Phantoms. I will always be the coach of the Phantoms sports team. I've been running this team for many years. I know what works, what don't work. I know what kind of players I want, what kind of players I don't want. And if that offends you, I'm sorry. But if if your friend's not planning on staying, what's it matter if I did kick him off? Because honestly, he was a terrible player to begin with. He threw the ball 20 times and made one and bragged about it. Then he's mad that we're starting to lose and slip. Well, dude, you're causing us to slip because you're missing constantly and you will not take no accountability for it. You just want to stay in the whole game, not sub. You want to keep throwing sloppy shots up. Don't want to pass to even your friends. The same friends that left my team for the cause of you. You caused this. You caused this, bro. All you guys caused it. All you guys that walked, you guys caused it. It isn't coaching that's a mistake. It isn't me as a player that's a mistake. I have many good plays, many good shots, many good passes. I raked up assists every single game. More assists than baskets. I don't have anything to be ashamed of how I played in this last season. Or how I played defensively. Because in that last game, I had to sit out for 2 minutes. Because Paul, one of Marlon's friends, jabbed the dude in the face. Guess what? That other team caught up and pulled ahead of us. We were ahead. We were winning. The first place team who had 7 wins. You know what I'm saying? It's just like... It's like I'm not the problem. I put my whole body, my injured fucking body, my knee, my ankle, my spine, all that shit, I put my body in every fucking play. Every play. Knocked to the ground, knocked in the face, punched in the nose. Balls to the gut, balls to the face off the rim. Stopping 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s. Throwing fucking passes down the court. And then our guys are alone with the hoop and they still miss. And they're alone with the hoop. There's nobody defending them because I launched the fucking ball. But that's my fault, right? When people don't want to take accountability and they act all shady and sly like they do, they must be guilty of something. And that's why you blocked me. That's why you didn't want to tell me you were joining his team. That's why all this shady shit to begin with. So that tells me I'm not in the wrong. Because if I was in the wrong, you just fucking confront me face to face or through text or whatever. But we got fucking the Stay Puft Marshmallow Kyle boy who doesn't know anything other than run his dick sucker. You got fucking Marlon who doesn't show to half the games, but then he brings his friends on to play, and his fucking friend's an idiot and doesn't want to take no accountability for shooting bad shots or putting others down or punching people in the stomach or whatever the case is. And then you got Harold and Johnny who are sidekicks with each other because they're both show late, and if one don't show, the other doesn't show because they're each other's sidekick apparently. I don't know. But they're whining all the time, and really they should be I never see them go up to any of their friends and whine, oh, you didn't pass to me. Why? Because they're friends with them. They're not friends with me. I'm white, right? Think about it. And then you got Ryan, who's a free agent. Nobody knows who the fuck he is at the Dome. Just some guy who runs in the net fucking 30,000 times. Misses half of them. Yeah, if you run in the net enough times, you'll make plenty to look like a good player. But if you're missing, like you're only getting 50% of them, you're really not that great of a player, because the other 50% you should be passing and setting up good shots. Then it'll be a really good player, because you'll be matching them with fucking assists. But all for himself, every man for himself, teaching, and that's basically it. These guys have the every man for himself mentality. So does Ryan. He may have thanked me for playing for the team and filming games and stuff like that, but what he did was classless and tasteless. And if you were in the Air Force, dude, you should have some honor. You don't have no honor, man. I don't care, man. It's hard to believe that you were in the Air Force and would pull some shit like that. Find your own friends. Find your own people. You don't sabotage another man's team that I've been coaching and playing for years, dude. And you left me with nothing because you didn't give a fuck about me. It was all about you and your ego and playing basketball at all costs, no matter who it was to take off my team. And to try to get these players want to use me as the excuse. But really the excuse is all you guys. You guys are the clowns. Clowns stick together. You're not playing for me, you're playing for fitness, you're playing to win first place, and you apparently don't want to stay fit or be in first place. You'd rather play with someone who has an ego bigger than their head, another teammate who can't make shit and throws up 21 three-pointers, and then wants to yell at everybody and treat it like we're in fucking middle school, or give me the ball, I want to take it out. Why do you have to take it out? You passed it 5 feet. If I wanted someone to pass it 5 feet, I'll just fucking can you off my team from the beginning and I'll pass it 5 feet. There's no skill in that, man. No skill when you want to argue in front of the ref and the other team. And embarrass me. It's embarrassing. And you guys have, I'm going to say, before I go, I'm going to say that you guys have embarrassed me. It's embarrassing on film. See players walking away from me when I'm trying to talk to them. Thank God the camera was off in the corner, otherwise they'd hear Kyle putting his own Filipino friends down. But that doesn't matter, right? When have I ever put anybody down on the court or argued? I was always fair, gave everybody the ball, let everybody take the ball, everybody got a chance to shoot it and pass it. Always a fair coach. And yet I'm the one who suffers, right? People owe me $400 in payments. I'm the bad guy. I allow all my players to pay me fucking 6 weeks into the game. The rule is you're supposed to have your money all in by the fucking third game. And I had guys on my team paying me game 5 or 6. Why? Because I'm nice enough to pay their fees for them. Ain't no coach doing that. Go ask Ryan to pay your fees. Go ahead, ask him to pay your fees, since he's so rich and works as a manager at McDonald's, right? I mean, I'm sure on that kind of salary, he could, selling all them Big Macs, I'm sure that he could pay the team fee, and then, you guys can pay him back. Only a fool does that. Because for me to think that you guys were decent men, decent gentlemen, and to have that faith, to put that faith in you guys, and you guys to turn around and do that, only a fool should think like that. Only a fool should pay the entire team fee, thinking he's going to get all the money back. Because Kyle did not pay his dues. Okay? And there's been other guys too. Only a fool would think that you guys had honor. If you guys don't show the games, no wonder why you walked off. Okay? Because I'm basically putting down my foot saying you guys need to show the games. And on Ryan's team, you don't have to show the games. You could show the 2 games. He's still going to keep you on the roster. Because he doesn't have any of his own personal friends playing basketball. Everything on his team, he had to steal from my team and put on his team. What kind of team manager or team coach does that? Ask yourself that. And then just go through it in your head and think. Think about it. Somebody with a big ego. Because they can't stand to be coached by another person. They have to be the one in charge. So what do? They go steal some other team's players. And there are fucking free agents that do that shit all the time. I've seen it in league. I've seen it up at the Mac in Carson. I've seen it go on. It's just baby high school shit. It's high school drama. Either you're with me or you're not with me. And apparently you guys are not honorable or loyal and you're not with me. And now you're being roasted here on Angel of the Night Radio. Have a good night, folks. And I'll see you on our next show coming up very soon. Probably a special Halloween episode. Peace out. Think about what I said. I love my fans. I love my friends. Our listeners. I love the people that watch. We're doing really good. We got a good following as far as our games go. We got people coming out. We got people watching the games. We're doing very well in the aspect. The Phantoms are still very well alive and still very well in the running for first place. And it's not going to change just because some clowns left the team. But my point is listen to my words. I can roast these guys all day long and make you laugh. But really, when it comes down to it, this is basically a coaching team video I'm putting out to my fans, to my followers, so they can kind of know what really happened. Because if you get their story, they're just going to tell you they did nothing wrong. They're going to tell you, yeah, I showed every game, and Rick was being an asshole to me. And bullshit, dude. Bullshit. There's only a reason why. I only get mad if there's a good cause or good reason. I just don't just go getting mad. There's got to be a good reason or a good cause. You had to do something on the court to piss me off. You had to do broke some series of rules. And that's what it is. Every one of those guys broke multiple rules of our team. And never even cared to ask the rules. And then when I enforce the rules via text, nobody says shit. There's no input. Nobody says nothing. They just all sit there silent, probably talking in Tagalog, you know. So, I'm not stupid. I see what's going on here. And so if you're wondering why you don't see them, all those guys, they're not back for the fall season or the third season at the Dome, that's why. They're quitters. And that's what you guys are, you're quitters. You have to invest in the team. You have to stick with the team to win first place. You play 10 seasons with me, one of the seasons we're going to win first place. But you have to stick it through. You have to stick it through. If you just join a team and you quit after a season or two because you're being a whiner, because you don't like, because your friends fucking did stupid shit and got kicked off, who wasn't staying anyways, then you're really dumber than I fucking thought. And that makes you guys clowns. Have a good night, folks. This is Angel of the Night Radio. We're live in the Silver State. And whatever you do, don't feel like a hero. Peace out.